feeling cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. The fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you would.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Y'all, it's gonna be a long review for me, and I'm all right with it. First off, I want to take care of the business of this channel. If you want to join my tribe, please tap on my site. Go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section to keep me in the algorithm. If you are in the bushes, come on out, say what's up in the chat. We're going to go ahead and play the intro. We're going to go ahead and get started. So let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
All right, we're back. What's going on, Cindy?
Hey, how are you?
I am doing okay.
Doing okay. Okay. We'll take okay back.
I'm here.
Back. Okay, good.
And what's going on, Chi-Town? Let's get ready to rumble.
Chi-Town. Not ready to rumble.
Yes, we were actually over in Richie Sky's review this morning. And I was like, listen. You already know. Now, y'all know I am still going to stand 10 toes down with my girl, but we're going to get there, y'all. We're going to get there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm ready whenever you're ready. Oh, thank you, Chi-Town.
Okay. So before we get into it, we always do give our ratings for this episode. And since we had two, do you want to rate it like each episode or both at the same?
Both. For me, I had the same rating for both. It was about a 6. A 6 for me.
6. Okay.
How about you? Hey, Q.
What's going on, Q? And Chi-Town said, my beautiful Cindy.
Oh, thank you.
I still want to give it around an 8 still.
You do? Okay.
I mean, content-wise, I want to give it that. I'm not what happened on the show, but content-wise, I mean, it was spicy. So
yeah,
I give it about 8.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, you're talking about 8 for both, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 8 for both.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just like, I gotta hear why it's an 8, but
I mean, there was just so many ups and downs. There was a lot of highs and lows. I enjoyed watching it. I think because it took me through so many different emotions. I'm because of the content, I'm going to give it that. Now, the behavior, I would bring it down.
Yeah, that's why it's a 6 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I'm watching a show for entertainment purposes, I'm gonna give it. It was entertaining.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
All right. So the first part, let's go ahead and just jump into the review. The first part, and I didn't even screenshot it because it was basically what happened last week. It was the twins.
Right.
And what's going on just simply, and Chi-Town says she gives it a 6.
A 6. Okay. She's with me.
Actually, I think I did pull the picture down.
Hey, just simply.
There we go.
Just simply a 7.
7. Okay.
Okay.
So she's clapping. We realized that Brandy got hit in the head with a bottle of champagne.
Right. Yep.
I did. Okay, let's go on. Letitia. She said a 5.
5.
I did the magical part of this for me was we can release Evelyn of bottle throwing now. Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shaitan. I almost pulled your comment up. Karan said a 3.
A 3. Okay.
And just simply said I didn't like the back-to-back episodes. I didn't either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you on
Neither
that.
did I. Yeah, we already agreed on that. We didn't like that. No.
You almost got me, Chi-Town. But we got the twins basically scratching and scrounging around, trying to stay in the house.
Yeah.
They had to go,
But the whole point was like they should have just left anyway. Like I just don't understand it. Like everything that was said and done when I rewatched it again, I just thought it wasn't even as bad as how it escalated. I just didn't get it.
Yeah. Then we did a deep dive last week and we realized that even though the twin was saying that Brooke threw a glass at her, it was a plastic cup. So it really made it not necessary for her to grab a whole wine bottle and throw it.
Exactly. A full, it was filled. It
wasn't even open.
It wasn't even open yet. So I was just kind of like, girl, what are you doing? I understand, as we said last week, when you're angry and you're in the heat of anger, you just grab anything. However, they should have just left. Like they should just left.
Exactly. And because they didn't, now they're gone. So
yeah.
That was probably the best part of the whole episode for me.
Exactly. and I didn't miss them. Like I wasn't wondering where those girls were or popped up or their seat filling activities, whatever they do.
Yeah. When I tell you, I was
in those girls.
When I was chatting in a group, they mentioned them. I was like, you know what? I forgot that they were even on the show.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying. Like once this scene ended, I totally forgot about them, and it should have been. And the focus was on the girls that it should have been on. Like they don't even serve a purpose. You know what I mean?
Oh, what was said? See, I was about to read your comment, but that last part I just can't. But the first part does say that those irrelevant twins got to go, and they're gone. So that's all that really matters. That last part I just can't get with. You get what you get.
Yeah.
They're not even in the intro by twins, exactly, and that's all, and that's it. That's it. That's it. Yep. And this is the second season y'all been on, and that's all.
Right.
I just see the slander in the chat. Let's stay on course, guys. Let's not jump ahead. And, so then we get the girls upstairs. Brooke is like, damn, I didn't really mean to go there. And I think this what kind of talked about Brooke kind of blacked out during the situation. Yeah. Jennifer's like, what happened? Jackie's like, what the just happened? Jackie has no, she recapped the whole thing, Duffy threw a paper plate, the twin threw an apple, Brooke threw a drink, and then the other twin threw the wine bottle.
Yeah, well, try to.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, no, she threw it because she hit Brandy with it.
No, she was swinging it around. That's how Brandy got hit.
No, she launched that bottle across the room.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. They showed it when it almost hit where it like landed towards her head.
Oh, God,
she was all the way across the room.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. I thought she just was because she kept swinging it around, and I'm like, girl, just leave. Just walk out.
With VH1, they're not going to show that because that stops their sponsors.
Yeah, exactly. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, so that's all that really was.
But I liked this moment. How about you? I liked that they actually talked about it, and immediately everyone was like, we got to do better. This is not it. I liked it.
I'm going to say something that you are probably going to like.
Okay.
I really enjoyed Malaysia this episode, these 2 episodes.
Me too. Yeah, this is
I
why I
mean,
like
when we
her.
talk about growth,
Yep.
Malaysia should be in the dictionary next to the picture next to the word growth, because the way Malaysia handled all these situations, these 2 episodes, like I just kudos to Malaysia.
Yay! I'm so happy. Yes, well,
So
we oftentimes agree, but
yeah,
maybe never about how our views on those two.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad that you and again, if I saw certain things, I'm happy to admit that I'm wrong, but it still didn't
And
feel like that.
I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong.
Exactly. And I just feel like I agree. She was really good in both episodes.
Yeah, I actually like this scene with her and Duffy,
Yep.
where she was just trying to tell Duffy, like, this is not it.
Yeah. And what I find interesting, and I don't know if you feel the same way too, like knowing the extra tea that we found
Mhm.
out last week, I see them all differently now, except for her.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me
right?
too.
Okay. I thought it was just me because I was just like, every time any one of them comes into a scene, I see them completely different. I'm like, yeah.
I have to turn my Twitter notifications off because my phone will die by the time we're over with this.
Okay.
What was said, can I just say Jennifer is gorgeous. She has
Gorgeous.
killed every look for this season, and that is so true.
So true. And Brooke.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Jennifer has just, and I feel like Jennifer has always done this, but it's just something different. I think it's this glow from Jelani.
Yeah, I think she's happier, because
Yes.
and so it makes her look even better. So her
The
looks
fashion is
good.
matching with the personality.
Yes, exactly. That's
Yes.
the point that I was going to make. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Chantel said roll the clip.
Not roll the clip.
Y'all can go back to our review from last week and watch the clip. I showed both of them.
Yeah.
Karan said, Naria surprised me. All of Memphis came out of her.
Yes.
And yes, Malaysia for the win.
Yep.
And just simply said, yes, Jennifer has been slaying the girls.
Yes. And like we said, she always has, but this season in particular, it's really jumping out because she's also happy, which also reminds us that for most of the seasons, which has been a decade, she hasn't been that happy, really.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it just exudes off of her. Like I could just watch Jennifer by herself at this point.
Me too. and she was much more fun and outgoing because she's never really been like that. She's just been one of the girls and really kind of like, a slash mean girl, but still kind of cool.
Yes.
But now her personality seems to be coming out because she's dating and she's talking about her life and having more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just simply said, you can see happiness and glow with Jennifer. It's refreshing to see. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And yes, Chi-Town said, y'all please hit that like button while y'all are here.
Yes.
So we got Brandy walking outside. She's talking to the paramedics. We learned that she did get hit in the head with the champagne bottle, and they knocked her out.
Yes, and the thing is I know you're going to hate me. You're going to be mad. But I'm still going to say it. I thought it was ridiculous that with all of her health issues that she has going on, that she refused to go get checked out for real because she doesn't want to take her wig off. Girl, is it that serious? If you got knocked out and you got hit in the head, she could have gone to sleep and not woken up because of a concussion. It just happened to like Bob Saget when he hit his head really hard. And I'm like, just you can put the wig back on. I don't know. I didn't like
little boss lady. But you know what it also made me think of is I wonder if Brandy does she have any hair on her head?
Right, because of the chemo, maybe not, but still, you need to go get checked out because of that.
Right,
you just had a health scare, and you're more worried about that wig and still that too. But I was so happy to stop seeing this outfit. I was like, please leave Vegas so that we never have to see this outfit again.
Yes.
Yeah, I just feel like she needs to really take care of herself. Like the stuff that she's gone through, she should have gone checked out.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And what's going on, little boss lady? Chi-Town said, I'm learning to like Jennifer slow ass. And again, guys, if you are putting Jennifer slander in the chat, I'm not reading it.
We're loving Jennifer this season, guys. Okay.
And I'm not reading Brandy slander. But just simply said she agrees with you, Cindy.
Yes. Oh, thank you. And I'm not trying to be slanderous. You caught us that picture. It just reminded me of everything I thought when I saw her walking out, and I'm just like, girl, go get checked out.
I hate it too. I do hate it too. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I think it was trying to give pajamas, but we also know that they didn't sleep in that house, so it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. So. And we let's go back to Duffy really quickly when she was talking about, I got this house and the house we stayed at was lit, and now I just see her as like a liar and like a conniving woman. I'm just kind of like, girl, be quiet.
And we could have probably got better footage with them at the hotel versus them at this fake house.
Absolutely. Like real interaction, real footage. I just feel like it was crazy.
And let's go to this one. So the girls are in the house. They're kind of recapping this, and I put Angel Brinks down here because this part really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Angel Brinks said, I think people are forgetting I'm high risk pregnancy. But they know, we know. Right. And that's why you should have stayed at home.
Exactly. When she said that yet again, and she said it again throughout the episode, maybe the second episode. I'm just like, girl,
I can't take
stop filming. I can't take it either. It's like it's like Jackie's 26 years. But that and high risk, I don't want to hear those words anymore. Like it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah. We also have Malaysia sitting down with the girls saying, listen, I got into my first fight on the show. Nobody came and checked on me. Yeah. So I want to go check on Slappy and Secret Squirrel.
I was so proud of her. I thought that was really big of her,
yes.
and the fact that the other women really could care less.
Right.
It is what it is. But again, I thought that was really nice of her. I wasn't surprised, but I was just kind of like, look at that. Look at Malaysia stepping up.
Yeah. And I was happy that Jackie went too because she actually brought those girls on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
So that made sense to me. What was said Angel got to go. This season is not about you.
Thank you.
Little do y'all know this is what the show is about her. So we have Jackie and Malaysia outside talking to Secret Squirrel and Slappy the Squirrel. And she's like, girl, I didn't mean to do this. I'm so embarrassed. You should be embarrassed.
Yes, absolutely.
Like you literally threw a whole freaking bottle at somebody.
And I was going to ask you, so what was going on with the Twitters last night? Because didn't you say that they were really active on it? Did they comment about their behavior on Twitter?
Let me tell you that them girls were silent last night.
Wow. See?
The rest of the cast were love and light all night. Oh, I love you. I love this. Brandy loved a post about Malaysia's children. it was like a cast that we didn't know.
But so wait a minute. Brandy posted about Malaysia's children last night on Twitter. Twitter or on the show?
On Twitter, they was just saying something about it was something about they love. Somebody posted something about them loving the fact that Malaysia has her kids back, something like this. Okay. And Brandy reposted and said she loves it too. It was like love and light all over the internet last night.
See, and they were silent. So again, who really is the bad guy here?
They kept saying that they're not watching the show, and it was funny because people on the internet was like, the twins are going to go live in 3, 2, 1.
Nobody cares about them. They could have gone live. We would still watch the show, but whatever.
Yeah. But again, I love the maturity of Jackie and Malaysia sitting outside, just at least saying, hey, are y'all okay?
Yep.
Even though nothing really happened to y'all, are y'all okay?
Right, exactly. So you got champagne throw and a plate tossed towards you.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad for it to escalate to that level. It really wasn't.
It was not. We also learned that Jackie and Malaysia feel like everybody was wrong.
Yeah. Everybody said
And
everybody was wrong. It was
I agree. Yeah,
ridiculous.
I agree. It was too much. It
It's
was
just too
way too
much.
much.
Yep.
Um, I'm loving the growth between Malaysia and Jackie this
Me
season.
too. Me too.
And I just kind of wish that they would have just brought Brandy and not those other girls, because it would have been a more realistic season for me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, had I not known, it kind of seemed more realistic. But then, who else would they film with? It can't just be those three.
I mean, I could have seen them do the reconciliation of Brandy in Malaysia without all the background singers,
Right.
the one hit wonders. Like it would have made more sense.
Yeah, but I mean, then they wouldn't have any, any mediation between them, and they kind of needed that mediation. And Jennifer too. I want her to come back.
No, I definitely listen. My dream cast at this point, because there is talkings of Evelyn coming back. It would be Jennifer, Evelyn, Brandy in Malaysia, and Jackie. And I'm going to say Shawnee. I think those three are the ones who've carried those shows.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 1,000%. And they can say all they want is, she shouldn't be on if she was a EP or whatever. And it's kind of like, yeah, but they have real relationships. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
Yeah,
they actually have real relationships.
And I've seen people online saying, we want a whole new cast. I'm like, that's not going to work for this.
No,
this is like Married to Medicine. If they change the Married to Medicine cast, most of us are going to stop watching that.
Absolutely. And they kind of did that when Mariah left, right? Because it was her show, so it did change it changes the tone. They'll never have just an all brand new cast, because if that's the case, then they could just cancel it at that point. You're not invested in seeing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It just simply said BasketballWives needs a major cast shakeup and production shakeup too. What it is it's a production shakeup. And they need to get rid of all the one hit wonders.
Yeah.
And bring back the girls who actually made the show.
Yep.
Because to me, even the twins were saying that production was a problem. Yeah. So we know that it's not a cast problem. I think that learning from what we've seen from, the stuff that I played last week, that Duffy and them had this like vendetta towards Malaysia. This is the other problem for me.
Yeah, me too. And that's what I'm saying. And watching them interact with her and seemingly bond, knowing that this is going on, that's not working. That's not working for me. No. Because
there was so many like tidbits of things that we watched from these two episodes.
Yeah.
Where you can see like they're really trying to gear Brandy away from Malaysia.
Yes, absolutely.
And I didn't like it. And because Brandy's falling into it, it's really making me like, girl,
that's what I was
read my inboxes, because I need you to understand what the hell's going on.
Oh my goodness. So Deb, I can't believe that you actually felt that way too. Because I was just like, why would you let any of them? And we'll hopefully we'll get to that scene. It's in the second episode. But I just felt like, why would she even give them the opportunity to say those things? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just say, I don't know at this point. I don't know. She keeps going back and forth with, I don't trust her, but I miss her.
She did. Well, she did. Let's get there first, because she did say that. But let's get there. So let's pull up the next slides.
Yeah.
So this scene, I love this scene until I loved it while it was happening.
Yeah.
I hated it after I watched the rest of the shit.
Me too.
I love this scene because one, British admitted that she was childish her first season.
Yeah. That part jumped out to me too, but I'm like, girl, but you in the second episode, you just go back to that behavior. But okay.
She still has to mind her business yet, but
yeah.
Listen, girl, if you like it, I love it, because we wait on you to mind your business.
Yes.
You got Lorenzo, you got your court cases going on. You got a lot of business of your own to mind.
Absolutely. And
Brandy and Malaysia shouldn't be the least of your worries.
Absolutely. And I just kind of felt like, but again, this was a good moment. This was maturity for all of them, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because Brooke even said too, she was just like, I have a lot more work to do because I know better, and I don't want to act like a child. And I'm like, yes, you have growth.
I really didn't believe Brooke, though. I'm sorry.
You didn't? Okay.
No, I didn't believe any parts of that at all.
Did you think she was saying it so that she could have look good on,
I
in
think it was to
public.
lead us on to the next part of her storyline, which was her mom.
Okay, got it.
I didn't buy that. And Karan, who is your girls? That's kind of like, who are your girls? I want to know. Just simply said, yep, they're gonna go after Jackie during the Mexico trip. Yeah, but
Oh
I think
God.
Malaysia and Jackie stand together for that, from what I've seen.
Oh, great. Okay.
Um, Hold on, I see some Brandy slander. Evelyn needs to stay where she's at because Evelyn ain't doing nothing but come for Jennifer. Oh my God, Evelyn and Jennifer have made up though. She
Yeah.
apologized on Twitter to her.
Yeah, they've been made up. They made up on camera. They made up off
Yeah,
camera. They're good. They're fine.
right. Was there a fight? No, there was just a bottle thrown. And British is still childish. She's very much so still childish.
Yep.
I see more Brandy slander. British is all bark and no bite. Okay.
Exactly.
Karan, you might as well turn it on off because it ain't happening. Uh, but I did like what Jennifer said when she, yeah, you are. I did like what Jennifer said when she said, "Can we promise that we're going to be better today? Better than we are today tomorrow."
Yeah, I
I
like that.
thought it was a powerful statement.
Me
Jennifer's
too.
just hitting all the marks for me.
I was about to say that. I was like, and I was so shocked because typically she's still so quiet. She lets other people make those kind of statements.
Yes.
And it could be because, and I'm just gonna say it like this, that the bigger personalities like a Evelyn and Tami, they're not around, so she could speak up now.
Yeah.
you know?
And Malaysia's not throwing chairs at her. I mean tables at her. So.
Exactly. I like Jennifer better than that gossip.
I'm sorry. Q said, "What is British wearing?"
Yeah,
It looks like it looked like Pepto Bismol.
yeah. She looks a mess here, but at least they're supposed to be in the house, even though we know they don't stay there. But she looks a mess at every event too.
It's like they do not. She cannot stand a spandex.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's other clothes you could wear. Even when she went to see French Montana, she looked like somebody's grandmother.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I don't. I mean, in the style department, she's just not. I don't know. Maybe she hasn't been working in a while, so who knows?
I don't know.
I'm lovely, Givian. And what's going on? I'm lovely. I think I said Givian. That's right, Givian. Every time they make up, here comes Vashandia telling Evelyn Jennifer said. That's been Jennifer's biggest problem, but I'm glad that she doesn't have that this season.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I hope that if Evelyn does come back next season, that I hope that if it does, that Jennifer pays the dust.
Yeah.
Listen, I got a whole man. I'm looking good. Let me ask you this, since we were talking about Jennifer.
Uh-huh.
What I want to see is, and I'm just praying that this happens, I would love to see a Jennifer and Jelani wedding special if they get married. I'm just saying.
I was going to say, now, we're loving Jennifer, and I'm not going to downplay her, but I don't think she's interesting enough for that.
I think her castmates will make it interesting. But I think the fashions and the beauty of her wedding will be amazing to watch.
Do you think that it should be like a smaller segment like they did with Doug and Jackie, even though they get married a million times?
Even that, or even how they did like Karen Huger when she had like that 2-episode special.
I don't watch that show, so I don't
know.
know.
But someone like, yeah, they only did 2 episodes, but I would just love to see that. I would just love to see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would love to see anything that is like positive portrayal of Black people that are supposedly affluent. I would love to see that. Yeah.
Prosperity Thick Girl, what's going on? She said that's why Lorenzo cheated on British, because she can't dress. It's childish. And yes, I do want to see Jelani.
Cheated multiple times. Okay.
Yeah. But you know what? I get to see Jelani all the time now because I found his Instagram.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta jump off of here. I'm getting too stuck.
Shout out to my girl Brandy, because she's the one who told me how I found it.
That's right. All right, I'll give her credit for that.
But I love this whole "let's hug it out" thing. It was really dope. So
yeah, it was, and I was happy that it was Jennifer.
Yes.
Yep.
So what's next? Jackie sits down with British and I don't know why he want to say Duffy and Brooke.
Yes. I could have skipped this
We
scene.
could have skipped this.
Yep.
So we're gonna skip it. We could have skipped this to it actually.
Yeah, we could.
But Malaysia finally got a house. The kids have bedrooms. This part, they show this part like 12 times on both episodes.
I mean,
I'm like, if Duffy sits down with this man one more time,
yes, it's the
and
same
talks about keeping his job,
right.
I'm literally going to turn this off and never watch it again.
Absolutely. She said, like from the tea that you had, if she's going to try to make the money that she wants to make, this is not it. We don't want to keep watching this discussion and
Right.
see those raggedy teeth over and over again. This cannot be every episode.
You see, I got the picture where his mouth is closed.
Thank you. I appreciate you and I are on the same page, so Deb, we don't want to see that.
I'm like, clench it shut. Make sure it's all the way closed. Okay.
Yeah. But the baby,
look, he biting his lips on this one because I'm like, I don't want to see him
at all. They're a mess. The baby's adorable though.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Let's
but
see.
I just keep looking at Duffy like, you're shady, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Darren?
Hey, Darren.
And what's going on, Lovely 31 Blueprint? Oh, and what's going on, Miss Drea?
Hey, Miss Drea.
Sorry, you ain't too late. You're still on. You're a little on time.
Yeah, we're still on the first episode.
Right. So this scene wasn't a lot. Duffy's keeping her job. That's it.
Right.
This scene was really short too. They could have actually added this right before she went to go see her mom.
I agree.
But she's talking to her dad about going to talk to her mom because she basically cussed her mom out and she didn't feel good about it.
Right.
So that's that on that. This scene, I love this scene. I'm just going to talk from as it's going on.
Okay.
So I did love this scene because I hate the fact that how production plays it like this. Oh, I'm just so unbothered and this and this. To me, these girls want to be friends. Like, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. Okay.
They want to be friends.
And how do you think production is showing it?
Because they're showing Malaysia going, oh, it's very awkward. Like, we could let that out.
Right. Yeah.
We could let that part out.
Yeah.
Because everything and I'm going to say this, I'm going to jump a little bit ahead, but I'm going to still stay in the same space.
Okay.
Everything that Brandy says out loud, Malaysia says in confessional. So it's like, it puts them on the same level for me.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hate that they're doing it.
Yeah, I just really feel like they really felt like this was going to be a major plot, but having them sit down should have just stayed on a positive because I was like, I just thought to myself, I was like, I know SoDeb is like cheesing through this whole thing.
I was happy for her. Because this conversation was realistic for people who have been broken up as friends.
Yeah.
Like it made sense. Everything that they said to each other made sense. Even I forgot to even mention that when they were on the rooftop, when Jennifer said that Brandy told them about her cancer scare again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Malaysia, she's worried about her.
Yeah, she said, she goes, I really hate to hear that, and I really don't want her to go through that again. And I thought that was really nice of her to, I mean, that is her friend, or they are maybe more cordial now and not as close. But again, I wouldn't want to hear about, living through a struggle with one of my friends and then have them, think it's coming back, basically,
Right. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And you can tell because even when they were talking, Malaysia kept taking the conversation back to Brandy.
Yeah.
So like that was real.
Right. But my question is this. So I feel like, okay, maybe we're not there yet. Never mind. Go on.
Okay. They showed the flashbacks of Malaysia and Brandy, which I absolutely love that part.
I know. I said, that's why I knew you were just, I was like,
can we please have this back, y'all? Like, I want it back.
Yeah.
They agree not to argue anymore. British calls them to invite them to that stupid basketball game.
Right.
And I also want to point this out because I know it's going to come up later on. That when British answered the phone, she said, guess who I'm with? LaQuisha.
Right.
People, for some reason, keep thinking that her calling Malaysia LaQuisha is offensive. And I'm like,
but that's her name.
Yeah, that's really her name.
That's really your name. Yeah.
And I think as a real friend, I'm mostly probably going to like call you your name versus your TV name.
Absolutely.
To me, that shows a term of endearments to me.
Yeah, me too. So who was taking it bad? Twitter?
The whole internet, it was like, why is she calling her LaQuisha? Because, she says it to Duffy later on. And I'm like, well, but that's her real friend.
Yeah, and she knows her
she
real
knows
life.
her as LaQuisha.
Yeah, that's her real friend. That's her real name. And so that's what I do with my friends. I might have a nickname, but if I'm talking about them, I'm going to call them by their real name because we've gone through things. You share certain things.
Right. My friends don't call me SoDebNair.
Absolutely. That's right.
I'm like, what? Why are you calling me that?
Right. It's like you're supposed to know me, and she knows her like that. Yeah.
And you can even tell what my friends are in chat because they will say Aaron in the chat. Like they will.
Right, because that's
like, who is that?
That's who you know. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
So but I guess when she said it to Duffy later on, I'm like, y'all, she said it in front of Malaysia when she was on the phone with her. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal, but people were like, oh, it was so shady the way she said. I'm like, she said it because that's her friend.
I know, but it was also the way Duffy presented it, like cutting her eyes, being like, oh, okay.
No, Duffy said she didn't know that was her real name, but that's not your friend.
I know that's what exactly. I know that's what she said, but I think it was also her reactions to what Brandy was saying was all real kind of shit. We'll get there. I just felt like she was being kind of shady towards Malaysia. She really didn't want to hear about it. She was just kind of like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
And yes, Q said that's her real name. Lovely. Givian said her name is LaQuisha. Shaitel says she needs a name. What's going on, Joy?
Yeah, she said on the show, like, what, the first or second season, she was just
the first season.
Yeah, she was like, this is my name, but I changed it to this. So
yeah,
that's what I'm going by. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. They're acting like that was like when OG told CC's business, or OG told Christian's business. Like, no,
that's
we already knew this.
Yeah, it was not. That was not what it was at all. That's so weird. Whatever.
Yeah. And what's going on, Jennifer? What's going on, EQ? It just simply said they don't want LaQuisha to come out.
And I just want to say, the new people coming in, please, if you wouldn't mind giving a thumbs up, because I see a lot of new names flying in now.
Yes, absolutely. And I appreciate you guys for joining the live with us.
Yes.
So this part, to me, this could have been left out too, but I thought it was good for what it was.
Yeah.
Brooke
I thought her brother was fine.
Her brother was fine.
Yeah, I was like, hey, brother. All the brothers have been good looking so far.
Yeah, Brandy actually posted that on Twitter. Said she was like, I see y'all loving our brothers.
Yes. Right. Because when hers walked in this episode, or maybe it was the second one too, I was just like, hey, brother again.
Yeah, he was on the second one, but yeah.
I would much rather see the brother than the husbands. I don't need to see them at all.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get to that. Let me make sure I notate that because there was something I wanted to say about that.
Okay. So Brooke was trying to have her moment to get some airtime by herself with her family, so she had this moment. Mm-hmm.
Miss Drea said all Twitter had to do was come to your chat. So Deb, I've been calling her LaQuisha for the past weeks. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something else that's funny what's going on Twitter too, because one thing I do love about this cast is that on Twitter, when the show is going on, they're tweeting the entire time.
Yeah. And
they actually interact with people who are tweeting with them. Brandy, Brooke, Jackie, Jennifer.
Oh, wow.
And British were all like, they were really like, Jackie's on set because she's doing a movie again.
Okay.
And Jackie was like, what's going on, y'all? Now she said it's like 10 minutes before that episode started.
Right.
I said, Jackie, the episode hasn't started.
That's already start again.
She was like, I was talking about the one before. I know hasn't started yet. But me and Jackie actually throughout this whole episode, these 2 episodes, me and Jackie talked back and forth on Twitter the entire time.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think that's
like you said, it was all like kind of a love fest. What was she kind of saying?
I was just updating her because she couldn't watch it because she was on set.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So she was like, "What's going on now? What's going on now? What's going on now?" So I was telling her what was going on the entire time.
Oh wow, that's so cool though.
That's pretty neat to me. And she followed me on Instagram, so she really responds back to me. So I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, really nice. All right, Jackie.
Yes, I'm loving me some Jackie right now.
Okay.
But I did love the scene. We've never seen Brooke's family.
Yeah.
The brother's fine.
Thank you.
I think it's the grandmother. She's there like, listen, get y'all shit together.
Yeah, like
family arguments.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't. And she was right. It shouldn't separate you like that. Not especially a mother and daughter, unless the mom was horribly abusive. But it just sounds like, it wouldn't. That was another thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, because when she said she was disrespectful more than she should have been, I was like, I would have never disrespected my mom at all. Like, it never would occur to me to argue with my mom like that.
Well, now I've argued with my mom before, and it probably has been disrespectful. But I think what she was saying, I think that her mom had the same temper.
Okay.
And I could see it. I could see it.
Okay. Well, but still, my mom and I had a very similar temper, but I still respected her enough to stand down. Even when I didn't want to, I would still stand down.
But you know what, to me, like if we're starting here with Brooke, like this would be a good time to start the storyline about her and her mom.
Yeah, agreed.
Because there's absolutely a backstory to this.
Yeah.
Like, drop the Brandy Malaysia separation and let's get into this.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so over it. I mean, I know that they've reconciled. I know you like that moment, but I'm just tired of the focus and discussions about them. I hate to say that.
Well, I think that these girls are forcing them to stop being friends, but we'll get into that later on.
Okay.
What's going on, Aquarius MC? Yes, y'all. Please make sure you guys hit the like button. He says hello to everyone, the mods and people in the chat. Miss Dre said Jackie had me tickled with that photo. Yes, that photo shoot was.
That was crazy. I was like, oh my God. I felt so embarrassed. Are we going to get there?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
And Lovely Givian said, I've been calling her LaQuisha ever since season 1 when she told Laura that was her name. Anywho, my last name is
Givon.
Givon.
Got it. Givon.
Like Govon, Givon. Is that right?
Right. I think that's what it means. Yeah.
I have argued with Mary. I'm assuming Mary's your mom. Ms. Dress says, shoot, at 38, I ain't no such thing as getting into it. My mama, that lady will turn into a free tooth.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But not even that. Like, not even fear of threat. I just respected my mom, and I liked her enough to not do that. I just didn't.
But I thought this was a cute scene because we haven't got to see this before. So yeah, let's go to the next one. This part was so funny to me.
Why? I hated it.
It was funny to me because Jennifer was like, "What the fuck? What is an iron? Right. And what do you do?"
Exactly. She was like, "I don't want to look raggedy. What is it?"
This was almost like the food stamp for me. It was like,
yes. You see that she didn't participate, honey.
She said, "You pick that up and it brings out heat." Like, what's going on here?
Right. She was just like, "I don't want to mess up my hair.
Right.
I'm not doing this activity." Because you see, when they're out there playing, she does not change at all. At all. Okay.
Hers must not have turned out good. And, just to coincide with the Twitter, they were talking about her on Twitter, and Jennifer enjoyed the entire moment, which was fun.
Yes, exactly.
Like, we were all tweeting Jennifer, like, girl, Jennifer ain't never seen an iron in her life.
Nothing. She was just like, how I do this? And that's what they were saying. You don't know how to iron. She was just like, they kind of cut her off, but it was almost like she was going to say, not this raggedy rhinestone stuff.
All right. Ms. Dre said, Jennifer said, now wait a damn minute.
She's like, I have to do math labor?
When you put the heat on here, what does it do? Like, what happens?
Right, exactly. It's like, girl, she put sticks on there, but she had no idea. It was funny. That was funny.
It was like she had never seen an iron in her life.
Right. I know, it was so good. She was just making me laugh because she was just like, I'm not down for this stuff that you guys are doing. Okay.
Like, take it to the dry cleaners and let them do it. Do they do that there?
Do it. Exactly. Exactly. Oh.
This is what I'm saying. This is the stuff I love to see on the show, y'all. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Because we know Jennifer is so bougie.
So bougie. She's not doing that stuff. That's why she was like, I'm not participating. I'll be a cheerleader.
Right. It was like, you ain't got no shorts on. She'd have flipped up her skirt, showed them her damn thong was on.
I know, but I liked it. It was fun.
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah, she's much more lighthearted and glowing and having fun. You know, like I would rather see her participate that way. She's participating,
yes,
but in her way. You know.
Yes, yeah. Yes. And what's going on, my shoe? Miss Dredd said this scene actually made me really like Jen. See?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And Chi-Town said, I grew up with a nanny, and still I knew what an iron was. Jennifer did not.
And look, and Chi-Town, it's not that she didn't know what it was. She just doesn't want to work with it. Okay.
She probably knew what it was. She probably just didn't know what it did.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to deal with this. Of course.
She's like, get that thing away from me.
Exactly. I know. I just thought this was funny. The whole thing.
Yes. So they played the basketball game. I thought this was fun too. It was not a lot to talk about here. You know, Brandy pushed them all around that court, her and Brooke.
Yeah.
And that was
mm-hmm. Yep.
I was like, they should have put Brooke and Brandy on two different teams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was so funny because who said that if you want to lose, put me on your team? Who was that?
Brooke said that.
Yeah. Well, she won.
Yeah, she did win because she was on that team with Brandy. Brandy was, her ass was pushing everybody all over the court.
I know. I know. I thought of the overall, I mean, I know it's called BasketballWives, but I just thought, you know, for it to be a British and Angel thing, I thought it was a little janky to me. But okay.
Well, you know, Brooke, British had said at the thing, she was like, I want to see what y'all's men has taught y'all.
Yeah.
I'm like, clearly the ones who had husbands taught them very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we don't know about Jennifer because she refused to play, but yes.
Yeah, her husband told her she's a cheerleader.
Yes, exactly. That's right.
But I thought it was cute all together.
All right.
Then we get here.
I know, which I was just kind of like, why?
Yeah.
Do we have to keep being like everything that they do outside of the group, they have to come back and report and say how it went? Like, it's so stupid.
And what's going on, Ask the 2 Queen B? I didn't like it because one, Brooke was being messy.
Me too. And I told you that. I was like, I saw a little clip.
Yeah.
It seems like she was being messy, and I don't like it. She didn't even have to ask her or say anything.
Yeah, even the way that they cut it.
Yeah.
I understood what Brandy was saying.
Yep.
Because I mean, we can't like, and I think I said this the last time. Like, I just kind of understand the type of friend that Brandy is, and the type of friendship that she expects. So what she said to me made sense. Now I know for a lot of people that they didn't like this scene.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then it also made it bad because Malaysia's like, oh my God, we're about to be friends again. Yeah. So it made it look really, 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 really bad.
Yeah.
But I think when you put your heart into a relationship and then there's that gap, it does take work to get back to that.
I know that, but
one thing that we know about Brandy is that she's very honest about that. We saw her do this with Drea. Yeah. So this is not nothing new.
Okay. I wanted you to finish. I know that you
go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I know that you understand it because you also personally understand that scenario, you know. Mm-hmm. But I just felt, to me, that's why I said I was getting annoyed, because it kept seeming like she kept going back and forth and back and forth, and she would only go backwards when she would talk to the girls. But when she was in her confessional, or if she's talking to, anybody else, she doesn't really go back to the I don't trust her bit and all of that stuff. And also, I want to say too that I said this maybe a few episodes ago. Like, what else happened? She keeps saying that so many things have happened. What else? What
But
happened?
she said, but we'll get to this part. We'll get to that part.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up one slanderous thing. Shy Town said, I'm telling y'all, Brandy is reaching for a storyline. I read it real fast. Miss Drea said they were setting it up for the upcoming scene with LaQuisha and British. That was such trash. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
And that's the last thing I'm gonna read from you, Shy Town. That's Brandy slander. So this scene is the scene that made me even more. It made it even more obvious for me
Yep, me too. That's why I said, like,
because
when she started talking about her, she just really wasn't, like,
no,
it felt like
but
Duffy was kind of like leading her to like lean towards to not trust her or something.
yes,
Yeah.
because these episodes they would not stop doing this.
Yeah.
I was annoyed.
It was really, really annoying. Like I said, we would see a scene with Malaysia and Brandy being kind of okay, and then we would
Yes.
see like two scenes of, the other outside girls being like, "Are you sure?" And
As soon as they found out that they had made peace, then they like were gunning for Brandy. Like, Brandy, no, Brandy, is she
yes,
really being real? What do you think? Because honestly, to me, I think you're going to the answer that Brandy gave. She's going to give it anyway.
yeah.
Because Brandy's not a person where you can just automatically come back. We know that.
Yes, but I just what I didn't understand was why she would even entertain it. Like, as an adult, it,
She said to Duffy in this scene, she said, because you are my friend, because she's known Duffy longer than anybody.
okay.
Now I don't know why she did it with Brooke, but when she said to Duffy, she said, because I know you, I'm gonna say that. She said, if anybody else asks, I'm gonna say, yeah, I mean, we're cool. Like, things are going on, they're working out.
Right.
So she was talking to her friend because she felt like she could trust Duffy. But to me, she should not trust Duffy.
Absolutely. And I still wouldn't have said anything at all, especially if I'm trying to repair something. I'm going to work on it. But again, that's just me. I don't care how many times you ask me. I'll just say, sure, we're fine, because I didn't like when Duffy said, well, because you kind of realize it, obviously, which we know now, that she's been gossiping about it, because she was like, really? Because from what I've heard, it seems like you guys are cool. So
Right.
I understand why Brandy felt the need to say, like, I don't really trust her, like all that stuff, because I was just like, girl, which one is it? See, so even it even looked different to Duffy. Like, she was like, well, which one is it? Because you guys seem cool right there, but you're telling me the sidebar. So which one is it? And I was getting really kind of frustrated with Brandy for that. That's why I said
I
she
think
should
she
have
should
just
have
said
talked to
nothing.
Duffy realistically off camera and not on camera.
Thank you. That's what I
Yeah.
said. I would have just said nothing. Like, I wouldn't be filming saying what she said, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like honestly, like I know how people are going to feel by the end of this. To me, this literally makes me sad.
Yeah.
I want to say this. My shoe said, "Is it a good time to jump into Basketball Wives if you have never seen it? I've been wanting to watch, but feels like a budget. Okay, first of all, it's not a budget Rust of Atlanta. Just LOL. But it's not a good time to like if you want to tap in, you have to go back and watch all the other episodes
Yeah,
because
because
none of it will
you
make
won't.
sense.
Yeah, it won't make sense to you, the relationships and where they are, if you don't
Yes.
know how they started.
And what's going on, AT2?
Okay.
Her name is not Duffy. Her name is DJ Dusty. That's the one thing that the twins said that I thought was right.
I agree. I agree.
If they ain't leave us with nothing else, DJ Dusty was the right thing that they had said.
Absolutely.
And I
Oops. Hang on, guys. We are having a technical difficulty. You just froze completely, so Deb. So stand by. Can you hear us? Hold on, guys. Can you let me know what's going on in the chat? What you guys see? Is SoDeb frozen on your end? Okay. Thanks, Q. So stand by. We were having no technical issues. And then they started. Yeah, still frozen. Okay. You can hear me, but he's still frozen. Got it. Okay, so it looks like he hopped off and he probably is going to hop right back in. So just bear with us for just a moment. Yep. Miss Drea, DJ Dusty, put some sand in Deb's Wi-Fi line. Thanks, Shaitel. Yeah, she must since she's kind of the puppet master from what he said last week. Yes, she probably did, Miss Drea. I think he's gonna come out and come back in. Stand by. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, he said, hold on, guys. I don't know what just happened. So he's working on it. Oh no, Shy-Tam. I can't even read it because it is his channel and I'm going to respect that. So, but I agree with you, girl. I agree. Oh no, it's still his show. I'm just the one that is not having the issue. So just hang on, my shoe.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yay!
I don't know. I don't know what just happened. It just like dropped me.
Completely froze.
It is no. It dropped me off of my Wi-Fi for like 2 seconds. I don't know what happened.
That's crazy.
I don't
That's
even.
All right. We held it down. We're still here.
Let me pull up. I don't remember what slide we were on.
We were still talking about Duffy and Brandy and that discussion.
Oh, here.
Yeah, that's okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what just happened. I'm like, why is this rotating? I was talking and then I was gone.
I know. I was going to say maybe I jinxed it by saying we hadn't had any technical issues.
Right. So what were we saying? I forgot what we were saying last.
That we didn't, we saw Duffy being kind of shady and we didn't like it pretty much. And I, basically said that, I also felt like Brandy is causing this stuff too by even speaking on it. I just think that she should just stop at this point,
Yeah. Okay, this is where I was at. So we're here with Malaysia and it's Ashley girl.
Yeah.
One, at this point, I didn't know anything about Ashley.
Yeah, me neither.
But I liked her though.
Me too. And I didn't. Yeah, I liked her, but again.
And I'm gonna say at the end of this, I still liked her.
Yes, me too. Me too. That's what I was gonna say. I don't know what the issue really is, but okay.
It wasn't none. It was no issue. I liked her.
Right.
She's a beautiful girl. I love that she has a. Now, I thought her daughter was like her friend though at first.
Yeah. But yes, but also, didn't you feel like Dad, like if she was gonna tell her, if she knew she was going around those girls, I feel like she should have told her here at the
bowling alley. Like I didn't like this, and to me, and this is my thing, Cindy. Like I try to be progressive about this.
Yeah, right.
When we're watching this show, this should have happened here.
Yes,
because absolutely. They are always like they know better. Malaysia knows better. Jackie knows better. Brandy knows better. Evelyn, Tami, Jennifer, they know better.
They do know better, and that's why I felt like production is real shady too. They're creating this. They're creating this. They're still trying to get like all the girls, to pick on Malaysia for whatever reason, because they knew when they filmed this, because obviously they filmed this before they went to the party. So
Yes.
yeah, I did not like that.
Piper Spencer said Ashley told her at the bowling alley.
Did she? No, she didn't.
They didn't show that on the show.
They did
Unless you
not
got
show
some
that on
behind
the
the,
show.
you got some behind the scenes information that we don't know.
Yeah. Fill us in, because she did not say it at the bowling alley.
She never did.
And I saw it multiple times. So
yeah. And I actually like the fact that Malaysia was saying like this girl's making her feel happier again.
Oh, look at what Miss Drea said.
Per Ashley's tweet, she said that she told LaQuisha about the baby daddy at the boat.
Oh. Uh-oh. Lovely.
Thank you, Ashley, for helping me finish my live tonight. Game is back on.
Yes, right.
Oh, we got new people. First of all, I didn't even say hi to Alyssa. What's going on, Marsha? And what is going on, Piper with the T?
Right. Your name is correct, because you got some piping hot tea. You got some piping hot tea.
Yes. Okay. Listen, I was feeling sad trying to get towards the end of this, but now I feel good.
And hey, Marsha, I just saw your comment.
Yes. Oh, wow. She did. Damn, in Malaysia. Yep.
Oh, no.
Game is back on for SoDeb.
No, but we still liked her. We still liked her in these 2 episodes.
I don't even care if y'all like her, and I still like the girl too, because she told the truth and she done vindicated my girl Brandy.
Right.
Listen, I want Ashley to be there every episode now.
Yeah.
And thank you, Piper, for the super sticker.
I would much rather see Ashley.
You dropping super stickers and tea?
Oh, I love it. But I would much rather see Ashley than British.
Listen, they can replace Angel Brinks with Ashley.
Yes.
They both dated the same damn man.
Yep. And again, yes, years before. So I don't understand why. Anyway, we'll get there.
Oh, listen. Thank you.
Yes.
You have really just vindicated my whole argument tonight.
Well,
I was feeling defeated earlier today, and you have really just vindicated my whole situation.
But why were you feeling defeated?
Because I didn't understand. We'll get there. And now that we have this tea,
okay,
now I can still stand tall with my Brandy. So she came with her daughter. I did like this scene because, one, we haven't seen her before. Two, I like when they take the kids out and doing stuff together.
Yeah.
And we don't get to see that a lot. The last time I think we see Malaysia do anything with her kids with somebody else was with Brandy.
Yeah, I think you're right. I like this scene too, because it shows them as real people. They, doing regular stuff, and no alcohol was involved. They were just doing something fun with the kids, and I liked it.
Lovely Givian said, she said production is starting trouble. She said she was wondering why they had her film it again.
Oh, wow.
And Piper said, I saw it a couple hours ago. And Shaitan said she knew it was a scheme that Todd had set up to come to us with the bullshit.
But see, that's what I'm saying too. So, Deb, I said that just a little bit ago, that I don't like production. It seems like they're really shady and messy. Remember I said
But I also think that Duffy and Brooke are working with production.
Yeah, I think you're right. But that's why it's shady and messy. And they shouldn't be doing that with those girls.
Because the thing is, and I've been saying this, I'm never wrong on this show, which just makes me happy. If Brandy and Malaysia get back friends, it's over for Brooke, it's over for the British, and it's over for Duffy.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
Yep, I agree. But that's
why Chi-Town knows, because I was defeated this morning.
Yeah. So, but I just don't understand.
Yes,
So
and
you think
hold on
they're
real
gonna?
quick. And Chi-Town said, so my question is, do you think this is why they got rid of production? They got
Yes.
rid of production 3 times.
Yeah. And I
So,
think that's why Malaysia's mad too, because she knows they're being shady like this.
yes. So
Yeah.
we only have 3 more episodes of this part 1 of this season.
Yep. Okay.
And then after, I think it's August, they come back for the second part.
Okay. Got it.
So, and Lovely 31 Blueprint said, Duffy said that. And those twins said that too, because they were saying that when Brooke threw the drink on them, Duffy was saying that she didn't understand it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now it's coming full. Oh my God. I wish I could catch that. Um, thank God. This morning was lit. But I'm glad that oh my God. This makes me so happy. All right.
Wait. What is Miss Drea saying?
Miss Drea said, oops, hold on. Yes, Duffy also said that she gave Thing 1 and Thing 2 a storyline because they were not getting any screen time and she was trying to help them out. And also Brooke said that.
Yeah. But I don't feel like, why would they want to help them out? They didn't even know those girls. They're really not trying to help them out by bullying them or whatever.
Piper said, yep, that's why Brooke was asking Brandy if she trusts Malaysia because she already know it'll be over for them. And I don't think Brooke wants smoke with Brandy for...
Huh.
Look. Piper said it, not me. I didn't say it. Piper said it.
Right.
Okay. You are welcome here anytime you want to come over here, Piper, okay? That's all I'm saying. At least somebody sees it besides me. And I didn't even know this, but I just knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we're going to see more of Ashley too.
So are you thinking, so Deb, that Brandy is not aware of this? So everybody
I
is
don't
plotting.
think that Brandy is fully aware of what's going on because I think that Duffy and Brooke are behind the scenes working with production because people are saying that Duffy is trying to be a backstage producer.
Yeah, she's not going to.
So I don't think that Brandy knows this.
I don't think that Shawnee.
And within these 2 episodes, we have seen Brooke and Duffy and British keep asking her like, well, what do you think about Malaysia? You think this is cool? Yeah. Literally, and when we were talking earlier, I wrote this down. Duffy was like, I see Malaysia brought a friend. And I'm like, why do we keep bringing up Malaysia's bringing a friend?
I know.
They're so worried about Brandy and Malaysia being friends again because they know it's the end for them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's going to be the end no matter what they do anyway, because we know that for sure Shawnee is still an EP and she's not going to let Duffy become one.
Right. So let's get back to the review, y'all, so we can get to the good part at this point.
Yeah.
So this part I did love because let me tell you something. Jennifer was the girl to walk up into this store.
Yep.
And wear Angel's outfit and wear Angel Brinks clothing.
Yes, exactly. Agreed.
This was the perfect person. It wasn't Jackie. It was not Malaysia. No. It was Jennifer.
Yeah, absolutely, because she actually knows style. She has
style.
Yes. And you know, she's gonna tone down all the extra craziness that Angel Brinks does. But she's still going to have that style, like a piece of her style, but she's going to make it actually look good, in my opinion.
Well, you saw what she even did. She said she let Angel make the top, not the bottom.
Yeah. Exactly. Like she had her actually make the jacket. Okay. Like
yes.
Yes.
Miss Dre said Duffy trying to produce music and basketball while she needs to pick one and sit down.
Thank you, Miss Drea. And she's not good at either because her little beat sounded whack. Yes.
Papa said, I don't think Brandy knows what's going on with production, but she knows Malaysia well, and she knows she is lying about something, and she even is even more disappointed.
What?
Piper, we are on the same page, but that's too soon for the people that's on in this chat and up on this live. Miss Drea said Duffy trying to Natalie Nunn her way to the EPC. When we get to the end of it, we can talk about what Piper just said. Okay.
Okay.
No, Duffy. So, but yes, so this scene I did love because Jen, I think that Jen should look into going into like styling.
Yeah, I think she would do great doing that as well.
Me too. Yep. And I think that actually Angel Brinks and Jennifer should collaborate in styling.
Yeah, that would be
because Jen could do hair. Jen could be in charge of hair, and she'd be in charge of the clothing. They would kill.
Yeah, I think you're right, but again, I don't know if I even care enough to see Angel win like that, but okay.
No, I'm not talking about on the show.
Okay.
I'm talking about business-wise.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
I'm saying it because think of all the celebrity clients that Angel Brinks has.
Yeah, that's true.
If Jennifer, because them girls was like fiending over this hair at the end of this episode.
Yes, because hers always looks the best. So you know that wig that British was wearing, and they were complimenting it. I didn't think it was cute at all, but okay.
They was complimenting British hair.
Yeah, remember what the scene that we kind of skipped over when they met? Brooke and Jackie met her at that restaurant.
I've never seen British have good hair.
Yeah, me neither. I've never seen it. So that's why I'm saying, like, she's talking about she has her hair vending machine, so we see what that quality looks like. So that's why when they saw Jen's, they were like, yes, okay.
Yes. And I can't wait to get to that part because I got all the shade for that part too. So then we get to
I know you were in heaven. Yep.
Can we just have a moment of silence for the beauty that is laying before us right now?
Oh my goodness.
When I tell you that this man loves this girl, and I'm not even talking about these pictures right here. If you look at the footage from this event, when they scroll past Jelani, that man is smiling so hard.
Yeah.
Every single time. In the background, he loves her.
Well, he said, she said, and I really like that about her. I'm like, finally, she's starting to learn it. She was like, you got to support me 100% with everything. And that's what she wants. And right now she has that. And I'm really loving that for her.
I love this. I mean, she walked in, she said, Jelani's over here to the side. She gave him this little hug. Listen, I got another slide for y'all. Look at Jennifer. This woman is happy.
Yes. Look at how she's not only smiling hard, but she's glowing. Like she
is like
glowing.
Listen,
yeah.
I love all this.
Me too. I'm so happy for her. She actually deserves it.
All of it. Look at how big she is smiling on this picture.
I know.
Like, I'm sorry. I had to just have a moment of silence. Like, this looks so amazing to me.
Yeah, I'm really
even the way that he's looking at her on this picture to the right.
Yeah.
Like, he is in love with this woman.
Yeah.
This is not for the show.
No.
And I want to leave it up for like 5 more seconds. This is just, I mean, they look so good together.
Yeah, they do. And
just look how she's smiling on the left.
Yeah. They look
like
really great.
I don't know I don't know if it's the sex or it's the like if it's the combination.
But she just said she feels like she said in the episode, she was like, I feel like we just connect, like they have chemistry together, and so that's
like you said too about him supporting her, and that she never had that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Jelani, listen, if Brooke ain't did nothing right, she did this right.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. That and her fashions.
And I love that she thanked her too. She was like, I'm gonna have to buy you a gift. So I was like, oh, Jen is really happy. Okay. She's like, I'm gonna buy you a present and thank you so much, girl.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let me get off this because we'll be here all night. Let me calm down. So then Malaysia walks in with Ashley.
Yes.
I love Duffy's dress until she sat down in it.
Yeah, I did not love it, actually. I'm sorry. I
don't ever didn't like it at all.
Good. I didn't like it at all. No. Nope.
What's going on, Gabor? Gabor said, hey, Deb, did Brooke beat up Jackie? No. Actually, we're going to see. I think we're going to see Brooke and. Oh, I think Brooke and Jackie are next. From what I've been told.
Okay.
Melissa said, "I wish y'all could see my dusty." British wig was looking like a car wash rag. What's going on? Remain teachable. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And thank you, Love Gags. LGG. So Deb, I don't think so. I think this been. No, they are actually still together.
Yay.
No, they really are still together. I know that for a fact.
That's wonderful. She deserves that.
They said that Brandy. They said that Jennifer is actually really happy with this man.
Oh, so great.
That's facts.
Yeah.
NiQ said he's an upgrade. Oh my God, the ex was terrible looking.
Absolutely. LGG.
She's like, look, Q's like, she like cheese. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I would be too. I want to be like, move, Jennifer. But I'm happy for Jennifer, though.
Me too.
What's going on, Miss Gigi? Happy for Jen. He looks good on her. Yes. And she looks good on him, too. Yes. Brooke does everything right. Okay. Allegedly. Brittany said, my mother effing nerves.
Yes, me too. Just simple.
And yes, thank you for the super chat. The shade room, the shroom bottom is ugly and lift. Duffy's dress.
Yeah, her dress.
I thought it looked good when she stood up, though.
No, it's ill-fitting. It's too tight. It's not a good look at all to me.
Hey, Shauna.
Hey, Shauna.
British showed up looking basic. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying this. Thank you for saying this. I didn't understand that.
I told you that. I said it way earlier.
I know. And I was like, we're going to get to it in the end, but I forgot about it.
Every event, like, you know that if you're going to, especially if you're going to a Jen event, you know she's going to dress. So what are you wearing, girl?
And let me see what the next one I have is. Well, we can stay here. The other part that I thought was funny was this.
Yes.
When Jennifer said, well, Angel made it for me.
but what made it even funnier was that the girls were like, really?
Really? You're right. Like, yes, but she does, because if Angel can't do nothing else, she can make bad decisions about men and make good fashions. Okay?
So. Absolutely. That's what she is known for, actually.
Bad decisions on men and good fashions.
Absolutely.
That's what she's known for. Yep. And but what I don't want to see is them trying to go get Angel Brinks now.
No.
Because y'all was not checking for that girl prior to this. Brandy, Malaysia, Jackie tore that girl apart.
Yep, absolutely.
And she upgraded her. She upgraded her stuff.
Well,
and I'm happy for her.
When she got her celebrity clients,
yeah,
that's all that mattered. It didn't matter whether Jackie, Malaysia, or any of them wore it, to be honest. But I think that that Jen does look great here. They did a good job, and because it was a collaboration.
Yeah. Gabor said, I met Jennifer in West Hollywood. She was super sweet and nice when she didn't have to be.
Aw, that's nice to hear.
And when it's going on, it said, well, she is going to jail for those charges, so maybe the money is running low.
Well, whether the money is running low or not, though, you still should dress better. Like, you're filming a television show,
Right. NiQ said British needs to dress for the occasion. The girls are playing her down respectfully.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so the fun's definitely low. And yes, clank, clank. Yes, clank, clank.
Yeah.
So this scene, this scene was my favorite scene out of this.
Yeah. Of course.
Jennifer was like, this is like 80 inches, but y'all bitches can't have it.
Exactly. Right. She was just like, I have more, but no, you can't.
It's not for sale.
It's not for sale.
Not for sale.
Right.
He's like, this is for Beyonce, and absolutely, it's not
Right,
for y'all.
for real clients, okay?
You probably can't afford it.
Absolutely right. And I love that she was honest in saying that. She was like, "Nope, it's not for
Yes.
sale."
Yeah. She said it's not for sale.
Right. Right.
But this moment for Jen, for me, like with the business, because she's had a lot of different businesses,
Yeah.
but this one I think is going to work for her because she wears it well on her own self.
Agreed. And you know, if you're going to invest in anything, do it for things that you do well. And she does her looks well. She always has.
Yes. Yep.
And for the most part, most of them have. That's why I'm like, this show was really heavily on like style and fashion and
Yes.
stuff like that. And so,
Yes.
you know, that's why to me it just looks kind of like a fail when you see somebody like a British, because I'm like,
Yes.
you're looking like a sore thumb girl.
And I'm gonna tell you, when she does her promo stuff, make Jelani the male model.
Yeah. So damn,
Listen.
she already shot it.
Now I'm so talking about the promo picture. Oh my god! So, I wish I would have. Let me hold on, let me email myself something because Brooke and one of them twins is one of her models.
Okay.
Let me show you how Brooke ate this girl up.
I was gonna say Brooke, I can see, but the non-twin twins, no, neither one of them look like a model.
Did Brooke ate? I mean, went for filth.
Yes, she's gorgeous, and she's a real model. So
Let me pull it up for y'all. Jennifer's website is beautiful.
yes, because she has taste and style.
And I ain't even mean to get into this right now, but because we're talking about the hair stuff, let's get into it.
Yeah. I really was, this was a happy moment for her. And you know, out of all these seasons that she's been on, she's never really had this kind of support and exposure like this. And I was
Right.
happy to see it for her. Yeah.
Me too. Look at Brooke.
Wow. So
Brooke
gorgeous.
ate the twin up. Like the twin should have got out the picture.
Once again, even in this shot, she's invisible. Like
I don't even see her.
I don't even see her at all. No. I think that's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Brooke ate in like the makeup, the hair. Everything. She looks gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Yep.
So I just want y'all to see, because you know, if Brooke, I know the attitude is bad, but the girl is bad.
Yeah, she is. She is. But that's why when she was just like, you think that or was it me?
Right. I was following you.
Right. And this is why you can't.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, you can knock her for whatever else, you know.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, she's gorgeous.
I actually had tweeted Jennifer, and Jennifer had responded back to me. Let me see if I can pull that up.
Okay.
Because I said Jennifer. I mean, not Jennifer. Brooke, to me, she looked like Shirley, like a young Shirley Ralph to me in that.
Yeah, she does. That's a really good. That's so interesting that you say that. Shirley Ralph finally got nominated for her first like Emmy today too. But yes, she does look like her. Yeah.
And Gabor says she been bad.
Yeah,
we already know that.
Yeah. Hey, Cricket.
Shy-Town said, I want Brooke to stop with those lip fillers, though. They look good to me.
I think she looks beautiful. Go up because someone is telling you hi, SoDeb. Cricket 22. Cricket.
Oh, hey, Cricket. Oh, hey, Cricket.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, I'll be caught up. Y'all know, in these reviews, I'll be caught up. But this was an amazing scene. Like I said, I am so proud of Jennifer. And I can't stop saying it.
Yeah, me too.
Miss Rhea, yes. Yes. She looked like a younger version of her.
Yeah.
And I would give it even like a mixture of her and Vanessa Bell Calloway.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
Yep.
Like she looked amazing.
amazing. Like if you think of her in Coming to America, she does kind of look like her too, a
Yeah.
younger version of that, a mixture of those two. Yep.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next scene. Oh, wait, let me take this one down. Wait, which one is this? Let's remove this one. Oh, yeah, I think this is the last one. So then we get to this part.
Mm-hmm.
The hair where things go down south.
Right. Exactly. So,
hey, what's going on, friend? I'm sorry, I missed you. I saw you earlier. I meant to say what's going on to you. Gabor said more of Vanessa Bell Calloway than Shirley Ralph. I just think it's a mixture, honestly. Yeah. I think I don't know. I see both.
I see both too.
Miss Dre said I can see Vanessa Bell Calloway. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I originally tweeted her, I said Vanessa Bell Calloway.
Yeah.
But when the more I looked at it, I did see Shirley Ralph too.
Yes, for sure.
So either way, the girl was bad.
Bad. And those women are gorgeous still.
Yes.
Both of them. Yeah.
What's going on, Young Rich? Was Malaysia's friend Latoya from No. So here we go. And this is the thing. Like, okay, so I knew that it was going to get hard here for me.
Okay.
Because one, I'm always going to be honest. I knew Malaysia did not know this.
Yeah.
When the girl told her this, Malaysia did not know.
Okay. So what we were saying earlier.
From what I thought.
Okay. Right. That's because that's how I feel. I feel like but yeah.
Learning what we just learned. She knew.
Right.
And it also made sense because she kept on smiling, which also makes sense why Brandy said, I know Malaysia.
Yes, but what they said earlier, Ashley, even if she said she didn't understand production, she wasn't blaming Malaysia for not knowing. She said production was being messy. So
no, she said when Malaysia met her at the bowling alley, she told her.
Yes, I know that. So Deb, but what I'm saying is she didn't blame Malaysia. She blamed production.
Who did?
Ashley. They said earlier in the chat that when she said that when she was tweeting.
No. I understand that part, but that's not what the point that I'm making is that she knew.
Okay.
It doesn't even really matter about. We all know production is a problem.
Right. Absolutely.
The twins have said it. We all know it. Production has been a problem. They have changed production 3 times.
Right. Absolutely.
But the fact that Malaysia lied about that.
Yeah.
And then her again, like, to me, thinking of being a Brandy, like being a Brandy person, like I know my friend very well.
Mm-hmm.
So when she said, "No, I know Malaysia's doing," like it makes sense to me. But let's just stick here because we know we just got that tea. So that's clearly let's stick here.
Okay.
Malaysia looked like she ain't know, even though she kept on laughing and smiling. It looked like she ain't know.
Right.
Nervous Malaysia looks like this to me.
Yes, she does.
So
when she comes back, she says that, but she also says, she was like, I didn't have anything to say. I couldn't defend myself because I just couldn't.
But let's not move forward because at this point right here, we've already had the situation before, right?
Yeah.
Malaysia should have taken that girl out of there.
Yeah, I agree.
Because she already knew how this was going to go.
I agree, but I just feel like still, whether she knew or she didn't know, I feel like Angel was being ridiculous, in my opinion. But
I feel the same exact way. Absolutely, okay. I feel the same way.
Yeah. But
I also know, even if I feel like my friend is ridiculous,
yeah,
we've already seen this before.
I agree.
So if she was uncomfortable the first time, she's going to be uncomfortable the second time. Period.
Absolutely.
So, and tell Piper dropped the T in the chat. I was with Malaysia. For real. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is.
Q said she does look nervous. This is a bad look. Malaysia, messy boots. Just simply says she agrees with you. And Marsha said all that walking away and coming back to do nothing. Right. Okay. So We get here, British is like, I'm tired of the bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, but again, I was annoyed with British too because I'm like, girl, you're lucky to even be back on the show. I
I
didn't feel like
was,
it was her. I didn't feel like it was her place to be that loud and ghetto.
I think that it was
Okay.
because, and this was before I even learned what Piper said.
Okay.
What British said was really facts.
Right.
There's
But
too
I
many
didn't.
coincidences going on,
But
and
I
maybe
didn't
she
like
should have
that.
been loud and ghetto about it.
Yeah.
But what she said was true. It's
Okay.
too many coincidences. You don't know shit. You like, and you don't never know nothing. It
Mhm.
doesn't make sense. Which is why, to me, Malaysia is a real person because she sat there and she said it does look like that.
Right.
So it like you can't take that away from the fact that British was right.
Yeah.
Now, was British the person that should have delivered that? No.
Right. I agree. I don't think that she should have, but I also agree with Miss Drea, which what she's saying as well. I felt like the other girls knew too. Like if they're
Yeah,
doing all this shady side stuff, we don't know what they know and what they're trying to make a big deal just so that they can their plot line is gonna try to be to make Malaysia look bad as well. Like I don't trust any of those girls to be honest, because I don't know them like that. But I just feel like if all the stuff we heard about Angel, Duffy, and a British and kind of doing this plotting and planning. I feel like that's
I'm
why
with
British took her opportunity to pipe up that way.
I'm with Miss Drea.
That's what I said.
But I kind of felt like the other girls knew too because of how they were pressing Malaysia about how
Thank
long she's known
you.
that no girl.
That's the point I just made. I
So,
just
no,
made
well,
that.
no, and I know, but I'm just saying. So to me, even though we're like Malaysia said she didn't know, now I didn't feel like she didn't know,
Uh
but
huh.
it didn't make sense, and especially with getting with Piper said it never made sense,
Yeah.
and so it does go back to the point where she said that she didn't know about Brandy's dad dying. It goes back to the part that she didn't say that she didn't know that Zelle was a problem. Like it made sense.
But when they talked about it at dinner, when she said, "I would feel so bad," when you kept saying you knew because I didn't know, she said that then.
She said that
But
too.
it so
But
you're
that's
saying
why
that she
Brandy went
had.
back. But that's why
Uh huh.
Brandy said, "Well, that's why I don't trust her because Malaysia knows what she's doing."
I know, but what I'm saying, so that's my problem with whatever Brandy's doing too, because she's also saying one thing and doing another. So which one is it? Are you going to be mad at her for saying that she does one thing and saying another, or are
I
you going to
think.
stop doing it too? Because she's doing it as well.
I think what no. I think that Brandy wants the relationship with her and her friend back. But I think that Malaysia's playing the game like she played when Brandy left the franchise when she got
Okay,
kicked off. It's the
okay,
same thing because it's a way to keep her there because she's like Jackie.
right,
So
yeah,
because and I think Jackie got booked on purpose not to be here for this.
uh huh,
Production has played this so well, and
yes,
to
but I feel
me,
like go
I don't.
ahead.
To me, knowing what I know now, and watching this full 2 episodes, when Brooke came to her, when Duffy came to her, when British came to her, they're trying to sway this narrative for Brandy not to be friends with Malaysia. And to me, I hate the fact that Brandy's being weak.
Right. And that's my point. But I also hate the fact that you can't say one thing and do another. Either she knows her friend so well, but then she doesn't know those other girls. I thought you said that she's known Duffy the longest. So she
She has
doesn't
known
know.
Duffy long, but
So
Duffy
she
also.
doesn't.
But hold on though, Cindy, because when Duffy came on, she told Duffy that Malaysia is not going to be your friend like that in the beginning. Brandy has never been a person on this show where automatically, my friend, we watched her we do that with Drea. So we know Brandy's not that girl who's going to be like, oh, because you apologize, we're good. Like it's never
Okay.
been that with Brandy. This is Brandy's pattern. And Brandy even said on this episode, she said, I want I want the same person. I can't. And I know people are going to read into this and go, well, she's older now. She was talking about their friendship.
Right. But can I make my point? My
Yes.
point my point was that if Brandy says that she knows her friends so well and she's
Mhm.
known Duffy the longest and Duffy is back there being the puppet master, how come she doesn't catch on that she's manipulating her?
I don't think that Brandy and Duffy's relationship is the same relationship that her and Malaysia have.
Okay. I just feel like
I think
they
they
were
know each other longer,
they were
but
calling
they
her
don't have that same relationship because Duffy was never married to a basketball player. They haven't been through the same things. I think Brandy and Malaysia's relationship goes a lot farther than her and Duffy's.
okay.
And
Well,
even you said when the season started that you don't feel like that Brandy and Duffy are that close.
I said that and I stand by that, but that's my
Yeah.
point that I'm trying to make, that I just feel like if she's so insightful about her and protecting, and that was another thing that she said, I need to protect my peace. So what happened? So what is going on?
The piece that she's trying to protect is that she knows that Malaysia is lying.
Okay.
And
That's
that's what it is because she knows her friend. Even when Malaysia sat there, and this is how you know that she knows Malaysia. She
yeah.
said, "No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Bring your eyebrows down. Just hear everything that's happening here.
Right.
Let it
And she
go."
did
Now, I
and
think
she
that she was.
did.
I think she went off on a ledge when she talked about Jason.
Yeah, I agree.
That was a whole different situation.
Yeah,
Although
exactly.
I feel like what she said was true. If you know that they have had done anything with Jason, don't bring them around. But Malaysia knew. But the thing was, I feel like it was a shot towards Malaysia because she knew that girl had messed with that girl's man.
Yeah, agreed.
So everything that people are saying in the chat makes sense because she knew that Malaysia knew that.
I don't know. I just feel like I hear what you're saying, but I just feel like you're only pointing it one way as far as like a story arc. And I think all of those girls are kind of like playing each other. And I don't really feel like, once again, Brandy is, she keeps being wishy-washy. I don't trust her for that, because just in these 2 episodes, she went back and forth and back and forth. And so don't sit there and say that you have resolved your stuff and that you want to slowly, she was like, I don't know if we'll ever be friends again, but then don't sit there and act
She's
like
never told
like
Malaysia that though. She never told Malaysia that.
but she okay. All
She
right.
said
I
we're
don't
working on
think.
it. Even when Brooke asked her, she said baby steps.
Yeah, okay. I'm just
She
saying.
was
I don't
honest.
know.
To me, whenever Brandy has even like they had the conversation about friends, Brandy has been brutal about friendships when it comes to her.
Okay.
So I could see. To me, I understood that, but that's only because one, literally, y'all, I watch the reruns like at nighttime every night. So I studied this show because I love this show a lot.
I know,
And
but so Deb, but you also, she is one of your favorites, so you keep not really calling her to the stuff that she's
No,
actually
no, no, no,
doing.
no. But hold on, no, no, no. Malaysia and Brandy were my favorites together. Them and Evelyn were my favorite, and Jennifer,
Oh, I
because
know,
I love I love the friendship between the four of them.
I understand that,
So
but Brandy is still your favorite.
no, Malaysia was my favorite too until she sold her soul to the show for Brandy. I'm just playing, but
Oh my gosh, I was gonna
I'm
say
just
I can
playing.
agree with that. Okay, so
I'm really just playing.
I know.
Malaysia and Brandy, even outside of Jennifer, if I compare Jennifer and Evelyn to Brandy and Malaysia, I love the friendship between Brandy and Malaysia together.
Okay.
It's always been that for me.
Okay.
I never understood that because even when Malaysia said that nobody wanted to film with Brandy, Jackie was filming with both of them.
Right, but I don't know. Some of the chat is you know,
Okay, I'm gonna read it. I thought
okay.
I'm gonna get to the chat in a minute. Let me read the
Okay.
super chat. LGG said anyone who films knows who the cast is. I'm sure she told her at some point. I messed around with Angel's BD. It's just human nature. Let me scroll back up so I can see what you're talking about. That's too many women. Brandy Jason slept with like 1,000 women. How many he say on Iala? But
Right.
I mean, the thing to me, see, and people laugh at this, and this is funny, right? But how many people did these other people's husbands sleep with that didn't even expose that? Like, it's funny, but in real life, these are basketball players. They probably had the same. These men had the same probably a number of partners, but Brandy and Jason went on live television to fix their relationship, and it's funny to people, but in real life, everybody went through even when Jennifer said it about Shawnee got mad, but it's the same story for Shawnee,
Yeah,
and
but
that's
but
reality.
but but again, but that's was her major storyline when she first got on the show. It's about him being a cheater. So whether he's a basketball player or not, if she didn't want
No, her
to
first storyline was not about him being a cheater.
okay.
Her first storyline was about her and Malaysia having basketball husbands. That was her first storyline.
As long as we're talking about Brandy, I'm not going to be able to get a word out. So
no, listen. The second season, that's what it was.
Okay.
The first season, that's not what it was.
Okay.
Because if you remember, Malaysia, they sat on the beach together. It was Gennaro, Jason, Malaysia, and Brandy, and they were talking about how they never got to do this before.
No, I don't remember. That's why we were going to go back and watch them. I don't remember.
Oh, well, okay. Well, so when we go back and do it, I will show that part. Yeah, but because like I said, I watch it like every night, so I'm pretty I'm fresh on this.
Okay.
But they had a conversation because Malaysia was like, we never get to do this because I think Brandy and Jason had just moved to LA.
Okay.
The second season, Malaysia had divorced Gennaro, and Brandy and Jason were having issues.
Okay.
And she was like, because Brandy came and said, well, we single. And Malaysia said, no, we're not single. I'm single.
Okay. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I can't comment because I don't remember.
So we have 3 more episodes. And then after that, during the break, me and Cindy are going to go through and we're going to filter through the old episodes.
Yeah, and we'll kind of break down each person starting with Brandy.
Yeah.
Yep.
We definitely going to start with Brandy.
Yeah.
Because y'all going to love Brandy after y'all leave this channel.
No. It's actually making me not like her more. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even remember this girl like that. I'm sorry, but I don't. But yeah.
No, I mean, to me, she's just being realistic, and that's why I love her. Okay. I'm actually going to drop. So this is the end of the episode, basically, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm going to drop the link. Whoever wants to come up and talk to me and you about it. I'm glad that, again, I'm able to windmill for my girl today.
Well, you're windmilling, but in the chat, they're agreeing with me. But okay.
No, it doesn't matter to me because at the end of the day, you don't remember people don't remember the whole thing.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, one, Malaysia knew before she brought that girl. It's messy. Right. It's messy.
But it's been messy, and like I said, it's not just Malaysia knowing things. All of those girls have those kind of backdoor feelings too. So I'm not putting them better over her or faulting her more than those girls.
Prosperity thick girl, don't do it.
I agree with you, Chi-Town, but again, we're only seeing what they want us to see. Basically, we're seeing the production kind of create these false narratives, and I mean, they wouldn't really have a show if they didn't. So I do get it, but I just don't like when they try to call out one cast member when they've all done certain things throughout the years. Because from what Evelyn and Shawnee said too, it's a television show. Yes, it's a reality show, but everything on the reality show is not real. Some things are manufactured.
Real quick, LGG said F Brandy, so Deb, I'm kidding.
Oh,
okay.
No.
So listen, before I bring up these two, because I know I'm about to be in the battle for my life, let me pull up my emotional walls. All right, here we go. What's going on?
Right.
Let me put on the whole armor of God real quick.
Hey y'all, I like Brandy.
We can't.
She's like a dog with a bone.
Oh. Hey, Mysteria.
Well, did Malaysia bring the dog and the bone?
No. Brandy was giving it the whole 2 episodes. She made up with the child and then said, well, I really don't trust her. Like, girl, choose a side. Okay, well, leave that to yourself. You don't hear Malaysia say, I don't trust her. If you're going to make up with somebody, make up with them for real. And leave the negativity at home. But Brandy don't know how to do that because she's negative Nancy.
And I feel like, and it was really difficult to watch too, Prosperity, to say, have every scene that Brandy was within everybody else say that she doesn't trust her, but then they would show Malaysia in her confessionals saying, I'm really, she goes, I don't know if we'll get back, but I'm really happy to have my friend back. Like she's being really,
Exactly.
yeah, she's being really nice to Brandy, and it didn't feel like to me that Brandy was really keeping it 100 with her and being nice to her.
But it's not true though. And the thing is that if I could see if she was really doing it, but if we're the
She
Ashley
was
girl is
really
supposed.
doing it.
Hold on. If the girl Ashley is saying that she knew, Malaysia's lying.
But it doesn't matter. They do this on these shows all of the time. What does that have to do with their friendship?
But it
I
did that before that. She was doing it the whole show.
Trust you lying to me.
Wow. She's not lying to, she's playing a character on
Brandy
a
didn't even
show.
ask the question though. Brandy did this from the beginnings when they first made up. Brandy went to, but I don't believe it's real.
She did not go to say
I
she was
don't
asked.
do
She
this.
was
I
asked.
don't
She
do
did not go
that.
to-
It don't
Hold
matter
on,
if she was
Brandy.
asked. Just because
Hold on,
somebody
Brandy.
asks
She was
something,
asked.
then you gotta answer them.
She was asked a question and she answered. Brandy has always answered questions honestly.
Brandy wanted to look good for the optics of making up with Malaysia. She didn't really want, she just wanted Malaysia to admit that she knew about her father and all the bull crap that happened. She didn't want to make up with that girl. Malaysia really was
I
trying to
think
make
she.
up.
No, I think
She
she does.
didn't want
I
to
think
make
she
up.
does.
No.
But she's not acting like her good friend either. So Deb, you have to see that. Come on.
You gotta be, but okay. So the thing, hold on, young Rich. I'm gonna pull you back up in a minute. You're coming up in a minute. To me, this is the thing. You have to realize, like, I probably embody the friendship that Brandy has, and I understand it. And this is why I probably fight so hard for Brandy, because you cannot tell me that you apologize and then I find out later that you lied to me, because it makes me it makes me feel like you are a liar. Or I can't trust you. So if I've seen you do this to other people, and now I'm seeing you do it to me, I might not trust you coming back into this friendship. She said that, maybe later on down the line we'll get there, but right now I don't trust it fully.
But
And that's
Brandy said that before they even got to the party. She said that at the beginning.
because she knows her friend.
No, that's not true. Okay, look, I feel like this. I feel like whether she said, because she said it from the very beginning, as soon as right after they had their makeup and then their dinners about recapping Vegas, she would say one thing and then just say, "But I don't trust her." But did she tell Malaysia that? She should have told her, "I don't really trust you yet." And also, let's just clarify this. Let's get back to this one quick thing. Quick, because I've let you have it from the very, very beginning.
Okay.
From the very beginning,
Okay.
before they even got a chance to, make up and stuff. What was wrong with her fingers working, calling Malaysia? Why is Malaysia the only one being blamed for them not talking for 3 years? What was she doing?
So I want to go ahead and go off of what Chi-Town said. Brandon needs to hire me. Okay, so yeah, she should hire me, because the reason why is this, because Malaysia been going through single motherhood since we've known her, and Brandy's father died. That's two totally different situations. Hold on, wait. Now wait. I didn't say nothing while you talking. Let me finish. That's two totally different situations. Brandy's father did not only have a relationship with Brandy, but he had one with Malaysia. And Brandy said that. To me, it was hurtful to Brandy, because as someone who you call your best friend, we've watched you on television say, if I was dying and I was sick and I was dying, I would call her before I called you. We knew the strength of that relationship. Wrong or right?
Okay. Well,
I just need a yes or no. I just need a yes or no real quick.
Repeat what you said again, because I'm just at this point it's just the same stuff. So
well, no, I'm saying if we're talking about the strength of our friendship, and we're watching on national television, that my best friend is saying, if I'm dying, I'm going to call you first before I call you. There's some strength in that friendship. Wrong or right?
Yes, there is, but then why can't she?
Wait. I just want to yes or no real quick. I want to yes or no.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
Hold on, because I want to finish what I'm saying.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is this. people like me and Brandy, when those friendships mean maybe more than a Malaysia. It might mean more than that. But the way that we receive that, and when you come back into my life, it's not okay, I'm sorry, or I was a bad friend, or I'm going through this, because it's not my fault that you didn't tell me your struggles. You chose to do that. That's not my fault.
But why didn't she still talk to
her?
Wait,
hold on. I'm gonna give you for a minute. Give me a second. So I'm going to receive that part, but I'm also going to be like, but that's not my tribe, though. At the end of the day, you chose to not tell me. You chose not to be a friend to me. Yes, the farm works two ways, but I'm not going to judge my father dying.
Right.
Going through single motherhood when you've been going through since I've known you for the last 10 years I've known you. Like, that's two different things.
Yes, but so Deb, okay, so even if that was the case, that she felt like she made that choice, and she did say that she made that choice. But again, I feel like she made that choice because Brandy must have said it's too much. So again, if she was missing her friend and they were sisters and all of that stuff, she should have still reached out. If she,
But her dad was dying?
But clearly, no, her dad recently died. Okay, 3 years before, where was she? She didn't even tell her she had COVID. Where was she?
Not talking to Malaysia because Malaysia ditched her.
She didn't ditch her. She just stopped.
It's not only Malaysia's fault, though. You cannot just put it on Malaysia and make Brandy right. Brandy, if anything, they both were wrong. It can't just be one person right and the other person wrong in a two-sided friendship. That don't even work. That don't even sound right.
Yep.
Love you.
I get it. I kind of get it from both sides. I understand what SoDeb is saying. I understand what Cindy C and Miss Prosperity is saying. But in Brandy's defense, when her and Malaysia was at that dinner, having that little powwow at the dinner, Brandy did say to Malaysia, we might not be where we used to be, or she said something to that tune, or it may take time to get there. So she did acknowledge that, yeah, we making up, but it's gonna take a little bit for us to get back to where we were. But then, like they were saying, I kind of get it when Brandy was getting with the other girls and talking about it. It was kind of like how, a person might go and try somebody's food and they say, oh yeah, I don't really like it that much, but then sit them over there in the corner by themselves and their plate gonna be clean.
Right.
So I kind of get it from both sides. Like, well, since somebody else said it wasn't that good, you gonna say, well, you're gonna try to downplay it a little bit.
When we go back and look at the old episodes, though, Ms. Drea, and this is what I want to say. When we go back and look at the old episodes, you're going to see how much that Malaysia gaslighted Brandy so much. Because let's talk about this, the last season that Brandy was on that show. Malaysia, they all told Malaysia, we don't want to be around Brandy. We all know that to watch the show, wrong or right. Do we know that?
Yes.
But Malaysia was,
But Malaysia brought Brandy to that dinner. Now, Brandy went there. She said, y'all not going to talk to me? Brandy, and so when they didn't talk to her, they went back inside. Brandy and Malaysia sat down. Brandy said, did they not know that I was not coming? Malaysia said, no. Malaysia was not really that great of a friend.
I remember that.
Because if that was the case, Brandy probably would have never even came. Because she did not know that they did not know she was coming.
You're right about that. I do remember
when Tami and Brandy got into it on that beach, do y'all remember why they got into it on the beach?
Yeah, because Malaysia, but Brandy was grown at the same time, and she let all this happen.
No. But why did they get into it on the beach?
Hold on.
Because they were back there laughing, and Malaysia said they were laughing at us.
Yeah, and then when Tami asked, she gunned for Brandy, because when Brandy first found about it, it was like Brandy had found out at the same time that Tami saw it. It wasn't Brandy. That's my thing. It's like when you watch it back, it's not a lot of Brandy problems. It's really that Malaysia was like talking shit, and then Brandy just kind of got caught up in it. That's why I watch it all the time, because I'm like, and this is why I like Brandy a lot, because it's like she had her friends back because she could have been said, well, I mean, I wasn't even paying attention to it. Malaysia who pointed it out. She never even said that.
But
She
she's
was
still
like,
crazy because she could have.
she's still responsible for
she
her
is
friend.
responsible for it, but the thing is, she's responsible for being a friend to her friend as well, and she played her friend role very well. So why not give her the
She
credit
did,
for
but
that?
you still don't be more to a friend than they are to you. You ain't
Huh?
never gonna get me to be jumping out there for you,
Yeah.
and you ain't jumping out there for me. That
But
defines
she
the
learned.
friendship
But
right
she
there.
learned that when Malaysia didn't do it for her.
She ain't do it for the
Period.
whole season. She was on there. Period. So she should have learned back then to
Malaysia
stop.
has gaslighted Brandy so many times on this show.
I'm not dancing.
And
I'm not being gaslighted
I'm
over
telling you,
that.
I'm telling you because I watched this all, like I literally have Paramount Plus on my television. I watch these seasons every night on my TV. So when I'm telling y'all this, I'm not saying this like this is crazy. I'm saying it because I've watched it so many times. Malaysia never wants to say anything. She does it for Brandy. Y'all be saying, oh, well, Brandy be jumping in fights. Malaysia has jumped in more fights in front of Brandy than Brandy has for Malaysia. But nobody ever sees that because Brandy is she's the bigger person.
I mean,
Well,
because
if that's
now,
true, they both were been doing their part for their friendship. Then you can't say they both would fight for each other, and Malaysia would do it more than Brandy would, and then say Brandy wasn't Malaysia wasn't a good friend to Brandy. It can't be both
Malaysia
friends.
wasn't a good friend because when it came down to the show, Malaysia
I'm
could
not
have
losing
said,
my job.
Malaysia could have stood up. Do y'all watch Girlfriends?
No,
I'm
not
not
really.
losing my job. I remember
Okay.
which girlfriend, the old one or the new one?
They don't have any new ones. To me,
Okay, the old one, yeah.
it's the same thing. It's like they sat around and they talked about stuff. Brandy was the one who said something, and then in Malaysia, because they were talking about it because they were both bothered by it. But when they were talking about it, Brandy got caught up because she got caught in the midst of the stuff that they were talking about together every single time. It wasn't really Brandy's fault. So Malaysia could have been a friend. Malaysia could have been a friend and said, I feel the same way. Jackie could have been a friend and said the same thing because we watched Malaysia and Jackie sit at the car and say how they were treating them so damn bad. But Jackie was so thirsty. Jackie was thirsty to be friends with Tami and and Shawnee that Jackie aborted mission on both of them. She didn't care.
So can I just ask you a quick question, so Deb? So
Sure.
if you feel like, she was gaslighting her, mistreating her, and not being a great friend, so why would Brandy want that friendship back so badly? She's been fighting for it this whole season.
Thank you.
I think because outside of the show, they were really friends.
And still, you were my friend to a real friend.
Right. If a friend.
Hold on. Let me read this real quick. Thank you, Lovely, giving in. Production wanted for the super chat. Production wanted Brandy back, but Shondia told everyone not to film with Brandy.
Okay.
Shawnee even admitted that she wanted to bring Brandy back seasons ago.
But I'm just so confused at which one is it. If Brandy feels like she's not been a good friend, if you feel like Malaysia has not been a good friend, why did you love their friendship so much, and why are you okay with her wanting it back?
I'm saying before they merged the Miami and the LA girls, they were good friends. They like that friendship was amazing.
Okay.
When it came down to it,
but even
hold on, let me finish answering the question. When they brought the Miami girls, it changed because they told Malaysia to her face that they felt like they didn't have any substance. Jackie and Malaysia bowed down to that. Brandy didn't. Okay. And I think that Brandy thought that when that happened, they were going to stand together because honestly, if it's about filming together, Brandy, Malaysia, and Jackie could have filmed together because they were doing it when she left the first time. They kept doing it. They left. Even Shawnee said that she wanted to they made up like that second season. And Shawnee said she wanted to bring her back. So at some point, there's something that happened in between that where Malaysia turned on her. It doesn't make any sense. If that's
Malaysia did it.
But then
how we don't know it was Brandy.
I was just right.
Because Malaysia said that she tried. Because Malaysia said that she tried. But in the reality is that we watched it.
But
We watched
if we
that
keep
on
it,
TV. We did not see what happened behind the scenes, so we don't know who was the one that actually turned the friendship off. We don't know
When
none of that,
the
so
girl
we can't say that part.
when Shawnee told Malaysia that she thought that they didn't have any substance, Jackie and Malaysia both turned.
That was then. We talking about when the cameras went off, when after she left the
We
show, and
never seen
Malaysia said
Brandy
she
after
still wanted
that. We
to
never seen
film
Brandy
with
after
her,
that.
but she said that she wanted to film with her after that, and Brandy did not want to. Malaysia said that on the show this
yep, she did.
season.
Yes,
We
She
never
said
seen
that.
Brandy after that. That's what I'm saying.
That's what
we
I'm
I
saying.
know
But
think
she said
we
she
know
wanted to
that.
bring her back. And Malaysia also said she was willing to film with her. So what did Brandy say or do that didn't make it happen? Because Shawnee even said she wanted her back. So something happened. You can't just say it was Malaysia and not both of them or
She
Brandy.
said it
You can't
wasn't the
just keep putting
Shawnee
everything on
said,
Malaysia
Shawnee
and not
said
saying that Brandy didn't do anything wrong.
the exact words that came out of Shawnee's mouth was she felt like it wasn't the right time. So it has nothing to do with Brandy.
it's a case of, two friends had a conversation, like kind of like you in a group of friends at work or group of coworkers at work, and five of y'all feel a certain way about your supervisor, and y'all sit up and say, "Oh yeah, we need to address this with her. We need to address this with her." And then when we get to the meeting, don't but one person say something. And that's probably what it was like with Malaysia and Brandy. Brandy probably felt the type of way, and rightfully so. But I also get what Thick Girl said. Malaysia was like, well, I need to keep my job. And Brandy probably felt like, well, the friendship is more important. I wouldn't quit my job based on my friend not liking somebody or getting fired either. But at the same time, it's no, well, maybe because I would be considered broke, but I'm to me,
I don't
it's
think
no
it was
more.
about quitting their job though. What I think it was
Yeah,
about was Jackie and Malaysia could have stood up in the same way that Tami and Evelyn came onto that show. They didn't give a damn about each other at all.
well, that's
They
what I'm saying.
But
For me, it's
they
no
could
but
have
more
Malaysia
money.
came
Well,
back.
they could
hold
have
on, but
came
for me,
they could have came on the show and stood on one accord like Jackie and Malaysia was trying to do, because Malaysia was like, I'm not a plus one, I'm always the one. But you weren't. You were
But
like the bottom of
Okay,
the barrel
can
no, no, no. But
girls
see,
came over there.
okay,
but
can
But
I just
Brandy
Brandy
jump
was
came
in?
the
back on
star
the
of the
show
show.
as a friend of Malaysia's that season we just were talking about, and then that's when
Well,
did she know that we should? Did they know I came?
I hear what you said.
She came. I said she came back as they were still friends when she came back when they were in Miami. So that couldn't have been the problem. Her getting fired could not have been the problem. They were still friends after she got fired.
Who came back in Miami?
Remember when she was in the girl's face? So ain't nobody gonna talk to me. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me. Her and Malaysia was still friends. She was fired at that time. She was not a castmate. So
No,
therefore,
she
they could
can't.
not
No,
have
no, no,
broke
no,
up
no, no.
over being fired.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Malaysia brought Brandy onto that show. She came on. She was not aggressive when she came on there first. She came on. She
I
said
didn't
hi to
think she
everybody.
was aggressive at first.
They literally got up. Tami and Evelyn didn't even like each other at the time. They got up and walked away together with Shawnee because of Tami.
We're not talking about that part. I'm not even addressing that part. I'm just saying that's what she said. That's what I remember happening in that
She
scene. But my
said that
point
after that
is
happened,
that
though. That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
know, but my point is she still came back after she was fired and they were still friends.
she
So with
wasn't
that
fired
her
because
being fired,
she wasn't
she
fired.
was fired. She
No,
was
she was not.
fired.
Brandy was on that season multiple times, even after that.
But so
I
Deb,
don't
let me
remember
just
that.
say, if we
She
if
that's what I'm
again,
saying.
that's
Like,
what
but that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all remember a lot of things. I watched this show like
but that's
religiously.
what I was
Brandy
saying.
And
was
That's
she
what I
on
was
this.
trying
already
to get
told her
On,
her
to.
services
even
were no
after that
longer
happened,
needed.
Brandy was on this show multiple times, even after that happened.
Okay, so Deb,
Not Jennifer, Jackie, Malaysia, and Brandy were trying to figure out why they came onto their show, trying to destroy it.
but that's what I'm trying to get back to. So Deb, let can we stay current, because you're talking about old stuff that you're watching right now, and we're focusing on where we are right now. So this season and these two
Mhm.
episodes, I still want to understand if she felt like she was played, if she didn't like something that Malaysia did, why then would she want that friendship back? That is as simple as that.
I don't think you get rid of a friend that you've had that long like that, though.
If they
Like
did, they right. If they did,
those feelings don't go away.
But
And
if
I
he
feel
did
like
you wrong,
hold on, because you asked me a question. Let me answer it. I feel like if you've had a friendship like the friendship that Malaysia and Brandy has had, yes, it's easy to say not getting along at this time. But if there's a possibility, yes, I don't trust you right now. But she said baby steps. She was honest. She said baby steps. I don't trust her right now. I don't know what happens in the future. She said all this. So I think that people are getting misconstrued at what she said, because she didn't say, I don't F with her, I ain't dealing with her. She said, I don't trust her right now. She said baby steps. It was always a progression standpoint. It was never, I will never trust her again. I don't know if it was never, I will never, nothing else. She said baby steps, I might not, or maybe we can't. It was always a possibility from the words that brings out of her mouth.
but I
That
don't
was too
understand, why would it
Malaysia's
be a
face, but behind her
possibility?
back, she said different.
Right,
Okay, y'all both said
exactly.
something. I'm sorry to hear both what y'all said.
Go ahead, prosperity thick girl.
I said to her face, she said that, but then when she would talk to the girls, it was a totally different
Yep.
energy, and it were totally different words said.
Yep.
She
Point.
also,
You can't escape that. You cannot escape the part that where she doesn't say that to that girl's face, and then she goes to her friends and say something different to fit in with them because she don't want them to think that she's been soft on
but
Brandy.
this is
That's
where
what it
you
all
gotta,
boils
this
down
is where you gotta start listening at, because she also said to Duffy, she said, because you are my like real personal friend, I'm going to say this to you. Now we know it's on national television, but these girls don't break the wall. So she said to you, I'm going to say this. She said, if anybody else comes to me and say this, I'm going to say, yes, we're cool.
But
She
she
said
didn't do
that.
that. She said it to like
Yes, she
three different
did.
people. No.
She's
She said it
talking
to
to her. She's
she
talking
said
to
it to
her
three
friends.
different people. No, she said
She
it to
didn't
two
say
other
that to
people
Brandy. She
outside of
didn't
her
say that to
friend.
Brooke.
Yes.
She never talked to Britta. She talked to Brooke and Duffy.
Well, whoever she talked to, she never said it after. She never said that. Oh, we're cool. That's not what she
But she,
said. She said a lot of things, but cool was never a word that came out of her mouth when she was talking to Brooke, and then when she's sitting right there in her
when she
confession,
talked to
that's not
Brooke,
what she said.
when she talked to Brooke, she broke it down for Brooke. She said, yes. She said, I don't trust her. She said, but it's baby steps. Like, she broke it down for Brooke and to layers for Brooke. When it came to Duffy, she said, I'm going to tell you, because you know my friend. Right now, I don't trust her because Duffy knows Brandy. Brooke doesn't know her that well, so she broke it down for her. So the way that she did it to me, it looked realistic, because for someone it's not my, like Duffy, who I know for years of my life, and someone who's new as a new friend, I'm going to break it down for you. Yes, I don't trust her, but it's baby steps. I don't know where it's going to go, because Malaysia does flip flop. She does. We've watched her do it all the time. She's done it with Jackie since Jackie's been on the show. She did it with Drea. So we've seen her flip flop. This is not something that's not real.
And
I
Brandy does.
felt like
So Brandy has real points.
I felt like she looked messy and shady, and I'm sorry. I know you can't.
I know
see it,
you.
and
I know y'all do. But the reality is, if you go back and watch the season of Brandy being on the show, Malaysia has flip flop with every friend she's had on the show.
But Brandy was still her friend, and she still was going to bat for her, and she still was standing up, and she still lost her job for her, and all the other stuff that you keep saying that Malaysia made her do. So she couldn't have been too much of a flip flopper for
I'm not
Brandy.
saying Malaysia made her do anything. What I'm saying is this: as a person who has watched my friend flip flop and then flopped on me, I'm going to sit and I'm not coming back into friendship automatically because you apologize to me. Like, oh, well, we're best friends again. I'm not doing that. I'm going to protect my own energy. Do I want my best friend back? Absolutely. But I'm going to take baby steps, as she said, back into this friendship.
But so Deb, is she really if Malaysia sees what she said behind the scenes, are you really taking baby steps, or are you throwing shade? And I'm gonna go back to what they said earlier. I didn't want to jump in, but like most of us, like if we have jobs, we might talk about our managers like dirt. But when we get in a position, our first loyalty comes to our family. I'm sorry, it's not friendship over family. It's if we are mothers, we have to take care of our kids. Just because Brandy felt like being Billy badass at that table, excuse my French, she did not have to say you're a B. She took it. She didn't say, hey, we need to talk. Can we have a girls powwow? Or you know what?
So was Shawnee.
Huh?
You with Shawnee?
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
She didn't approach it in a way, in a manner in which they could have a civil conversation. She just called the woman a B. It's just like she went to the extreme. No, I'm not standing up for that. If she had said, we've been talking behind the scenes, we kind of feel a certain way. Can we? And I would have said, yeah, let's talk about it. She didn't come with that energy. She called the woman a B. I mean, come on now.
But in reality, was she or was she not coming off that way to them?
And that still was her boss, and you're not
She
going to tell your
literally
boss that you know
Malaysia told
your job.
Malaysia that she felt like they didn't have any substance and they were childish.
Man,
so if Brandy felt that way, she had every right. Malaysia felt that way, and Malaysia and Jackie felt the same way. Brandy was one who said it because they knew Brandy would say it.
But if you have a performance review at work and your boss tell you your work sucks, are you going to say, oh, well, you are beat? No, you're going to use some kind of common sense and emotional intelligence to address it. You don't just come back and say, you're a beat.
I agree with everything you just said, but let me ask you another question. You said my boss, right?
Manager, whatever.
Manager, boss, whatever. Let's say we're working at McDonald's, right?
Okay. Am I on the fries and you on the burger?
It doesn't matter. You're my manager. You're my boss.
Okay.
My boss, my manager is not doing fries, the cash register, none of that. They're my boss or my manager. They're not doing that stuff. Shawnee put herself in a position to be scrutinized with that cash. So I'm not sitting here thinking that she's off limits, because if you're going to be a bitch on a TV show, then you are subject to be called a bitch.
Well, why everybody else walking around her and
hold on, wait. Because if that's the case, then why wasn't Tami gone when she said she would pop her ass?
No, so SoDebNair, but Brandy did use common sense, though. She did not. Everybody else was able to discern. We're only going to go so far with Shawnee. She's not. Brandy is the only one who just did what she did. I'm sorry.
But why wasn't Tami scrutinized the same way Brandy was when she said
because that's her friend.
Did she say it to her face? Did she say it to her face, SoDebNair? Did she tell Shawnee, I'll pop you right now? Did she say it to her face?
Jennifer went back and told her that.
But did
she went back and told her that? She didn't say it to her face, though. She said it to her face. She said, you the bitch.
She was being a bitch, though.
Can I speak?
She told it to her face. You don't tell your boss that to her face and think you're going to have a job. Nowhere in this God green earth are you going to still have your job.
Listen, I've done it multiple times, so I can't say that that's not true.
Can I speak?
Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry. You know, this gets heated when it comes to Brandy.
Okay. Go ahead. I just hope I can speak without being cut off. When it comes down to the whole, if we start with the, Brandy telling Vashandia to her face that she's a bitch, Vashandia put herself in a space where you're an executive producer. That is your title. You say you have power with that title, but you're also a castmate. So even if you are the boss, like, I get it, she's the boss. And you can't just talk to your boss any type of way. That's why I can't work a 9 to 5. I can be the boss of myself because I can say whatever I want to myself. But these people out here, you can't say anything. But she put herself in a position to be a castmate. And I don't care if you're the boss. Right now, you the castmate. And as a castmate, I'm going to tell you to your face, I feel like you're being a bitch when it comes down to the way you're treating all of us. It does not. I'm trying to speak. Please. I don't like when people cut me off. When it comes down to the situation, she put herself in the position of being a castmate. Boss be damned when it comes to the whole thing. Even she put the boss hat on and said, your services are no longer needed. But it was like her services came back for the next 2 seasons. You can't be upset and bring out the boss hat when you're currently wearing the castmate's hat and then somebody says something to you. Other people on other shows have executive producer titles and hold power within that, but they're also castmates. So when it comes down to it on reality TV, you have to make a choice. Do you want to be executive producer or do you want to be a castmate? Or if you want to be both, then you opened yourself up to whatever is going to come from the people. Whether you got called a bitch to your face or whether you got told by somebody else, that the next person said they was going to pop you the next time you tried something with them. You are a castmate. This is what happens when it comes to being a castmate. Now, when it came to Brandy being on the next season after calling that lady a bitch, and then the next season after that, the last season she was on, she was popping up here and there, and we did see her, but we didn't see her as much because at this point, most of the women that we knew from the Miami cast had came in and took over, and then you had other people thrown in there.
But why did they come? Why did they come?
Because their show got canceled.
Exactly.
Now we are in current time, but we've already talked about why the show got canceled. There was way too many fights, people throwing bottles at people throwing glasses, people running across tables,
stealing purses.
Stealing, all that. Way too many fights, way too many instances of VH1 losing, like, ad space. They make a lot of money off of companies buying ads in the middle of their shows. They were losing that because they don't want, that to be associated with their stuff. Now we bring them all to LA. So now we circle back to current time. Yes, she could have said, everything she said to LaQuisha, because I'm not calling her Malaysian. Your name is LaQuisha. She could have said everything she said to LaQuisha, to Duffy, and to Brooke, and to the rest of the girls.
Exactly.
But in this situation, when y'all talk about, well, why does she want to be friends after, so Deb has broke it down, after y'all broke it down, everything, because I've listened to all of y'all. Y'all can't tell me that sometimes y'all don't circle the block on friendships and relationships.
Right.
You see a lot of people do that. I've seen that happen in real life. Right. I'm the type of person of, once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Ain't no going back. But I've watched other people circle the block with old people they've been in friendships with or relationships with because they miss those people and they want that friendship or relationship back. And you're currently hoping that in this new time that, maybe these people have changed and maybe they have grown up, and maybe because you've changed and grown up, or you hope that the both of y'all have changed and grown up in the time that y'all have been apart, which is 3 years at this point, that they are currently different, and the different them and the different you can be friends again. But as we currently see, a lot of y'all haven't changed.
Right.
That's not the case. Now, when it comes to, well, why aren't they friends? I would like to know what happened in those 3 years. Like, what really caused the situation to break down? We all want to know, because it can't just be, oh, she got fired off of a show. That's not what happened. I don't give a damn if you got fired off of a show. That wouldn't be what would break up this type of friendship. Like, I personally felt like two mean girls can't be mean girls forever. But if y'all was friends like that on the outside when the show wasn't filming, what happened? Now, when it came down to it, if, LaQuisha knew if that lady had COVID, she knew because everybody knew she had COVID. And when the moment people found out Brandy had COVID, the thing was, is she okay? Because we know she is a cancer survivor, and we knew what that could do to her immune system. When it comes to her father, whether the lady knew or not, you didn't say anything to her after she said, okay, and told you. Now, once again, could she have said what she said to LaQuisha? Because I'm not calling her Malaysia. Could she have said?
We know.
Could she have said everything she said to that lady, down to the little lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it, that they had, trying to take these baby steps to everybody else? Yes. But in this current time, LaQuisha, and now because the people are telling on her that are supposed to be her outside friends, has not changed like people thought she did, because the girl who she was with came on social media and basically confirmed, I already told her, she already knew.
But what else could LaQuisha have done before that?
Done with Brandy or done with the whole entire situation?
When they first had that conversation, the conversation they are having now, they could have had the first time. And would have made more sense.
But they were fussing when they had that conversation. When I'm fussing, I don't care how you feel about me or how you feel.
They were still frustrated in that moment. Just because Malaysia had a good day, want to have a conversation with Brandy at the point, it's trash to me. Because at the end of the day, if that was your real friend and y'all are back in the same space again, ain't no way you will come to me and say, oh, well, now because I'm feeling good, I'm gonna come to you and I'm gonna say, you know what? I could have been a better friend. You could have said that to me when Brandy told her about her dad dying, and she said, "I didn't know." That conversation could happen on the first conversation. Period.
No.
But that goes back
because I'm gonna say this, because when she said to her at that table, this is what pissed me off, to be all the way honest. She said, "I didn't know what to say." She could have said that to Brandy at the damn table that day. I don't know what to say because I don't know. It would have made more sense when Brandy told her that. She was like, "I ain't know."
She didn't
because I'm mad now.
I know. There was no compassion. There was no kind of empathy for Brandy at all. So, and I'm not even saying it's the real issue with them. I don't know. But Malaysia had no compassion for that girl that day. And the fact that her father had a relationship with Malaysia, to me, doesn't make any sense.
I think that Brandy is probably never going to forgive Malaysia because she doesn't believe her. The loss of a parent is huge. It's life altering for most people. I'm just going to say. So the fact that her friend could not even table their disagreement to give her condolences, you're trash.
No, and
I'm not a fan of Brandy, but I'm just talking about that particular incident. Like Malaysia, like I don't care if I have a beef with somebody, I could really not like you, but that's life altering. It's the loss of a loved one. I'm gonna have some compassion. So
someone who loves you.
And it is.
We all know Brandy runs away from real Malaysia runs away from real conversation. Malaysia doesn't know how to do that. So that's what Malaysia don't know. She got to sit, think about it, come back, talk about it. But for Brandy to accept it and not give her any, like, look, girl, no, it's not going to be this easy because now you can tell me this.
I don't think that Brandy was used to that, though.
Fuck the kumbaya. I want to know the
I don't think that Brandy was used to that, though.
Talking about, I'm going to tell you to your face.
I don't think that Brandy was used to that.
But this is where the good cop, bad cop comes in, because you got to look at it both ways. So, Deb, and I get it. You know, Brandy's my girl.
I know it's coming my way.
But no, but you gotta also look at it. If you friends with somebody, y'all's best friends, y'all fell out, and you lose somebody that's close to you, you got to look at it from both ways, because you're gonna look at it. Somebody died, you reach out, oh, I'm so sorry to hear this. The person that you're reaching out to might feel like, girl, this fake, you know what I'm saying, you weren't messing with me. But then you also got to look at it from the other side. If you're my real friend and we fell out and I lose my parent, you may or may not know. But because I know that you have a close relationship with my parent, I might reach out to you and say, you know, I know we're not the best of friends. I just want to let you know that my dad died, you know. And if the person say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, they want to come around, good. If they don't, then it is what it is. You just have to take it and go move on with it. So I get what you're saying. We can't really just blame everything on LaQuisha. We can't just blame everything on Brandy.
I'm never trying to blame everything on Malaysia. This is my thing.
LaQuisha.
But I think when it comes down to the fact that they have been friends for so many years, she knows the type of friend that she's had. And that's my thing. My friends know me. Like the way that Brandy handles things, I do. So I get it. Even if my best friend right now, like when my cousin died, he reached out to me. Like it's like one of my second cousins. But when he heard about it, he reached out to me. So I don't believe that Malaysia didn't know that part. I don't believe that even when she found out, when she said it on the damn show, Malaysia's like, oh, I didn't know. Like she didn't. There was no like moment where she was click for her. Like, fuck. Like I didn't know that. Like she just kept it going on until she decided to come down off her thing. To me, Malaysia has been going through the same issue for the last since we know Malaysia. When her Janelle, hold on, give me a second. When her and Janelle broke up, she'd been a single mother for almost like 10 years at this point. So I don't think that Brandy was like, yo, I need to be here, because she's been going through this. Like, if it was something that her friend needed her to be there for, maybe say something, or maybe this Brandy thought it was just normal for her to deal with. Her dad dying was totally different.
Probably things have a different.
It was. I lost my mama, and
Yeah.
that was 2018, and I'm still in depression. My world
I'm
is
not. I'm
gone,
not.
and all
I'm
of
not
that.
giving
So I
Malaysia
had to stand
excuses
up.
on that, and I'm sorry because I
Nobody
know
is.
I know how I am, and the way that Brandy talks about it, that's the same way. I'm
But
not
she
giving
did
Malaysia
ask her at
excuses on that.
dinner. But
I get
That
the
can't be
So Deb,
the
at
reason.
best
dinner,
reason.
at dinner, she did ask her, "How are you doing?" She was able to give that to her, and I
This week,
feel
this
so.
week,
I understand that. I just let me finish, please. I understand what you're saying, and again, for me, yes, I would have reached out. Immediately if when I found out. But I just feel like it. If we step away from the pieces that both have been kind of complaining about, I feel like we are kind of missing some gaps on what really happened, what really is the problem, and overall, it takes two people to make some any relationship, friendship, relationship, whatever kind of relationship you're having work, and it takes two people to make it not work. And I
right?
feel like we're only
Exactly.
hearing it feels like you're only seeing the one side of why it didn't work, and I feel like it was both of
Yes,
them.
When it comes,
he is Brandy.
when it comes to her father's death, I'm not. I'm never going to see it a different way
You know
because,
what?
But you
and
think that's
I'm
not
going to be
it.
honest. But I also said this. I was honest about this. I feel the same way Brandy feels. When it came to her father's death, that man did not have just a relationship with Brandy. He had a relationship with Malaysia as well. She
I
said
understand
that.
that. I
So
understand that, but I wouldn't want to go.
when Brandy
That's
was
not
mad
his
about it,
issue.
I understood that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to go. But I'm
You
just saying,
understand, no,
if
Brandy,
it
you understood more than that.
right, but I want to say this too. I feel like some other stuff has happened that we're not privy to, and we may never know. But I just feel like there's something else bigger that's going on, and I certainly
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't want to circle back to a friend
Speculate.
that I felt was manipulating me, that it was gaslighting me, like all of the things that you're saying that Malaysia's doing. Whether she trusts her or not, I still wouldn't even want to associate myself with someone that could do that to me. So there's
Thank
something
you.
in my opinion, I feel like there's something missing in Brandy that she's not getting, and
Uh,
she's not protecting herself.
I want to
It
say
was
this.
more into her than
Maybe
Well,
to her.
hold on, real quick, because I said you can go back on my channel and look at it. I said a year ago that I thought it was because Malaysia dished. I did say that because I thought originally that's why their friendship had been broken apart. But also, there's a lot of backstory to that. And, to me, I don't expect everybody to agree with what I'm saying. For me, watching this show, Brandy has always had Malaysia's back.
You said
Regardless.
she had her back too.
No, I've said that Brandy has always had Malaysia's back. I said that Malaysia's always gotten into the middle of Brandy's fights.
she has. I want to
But
point this out because I don't want to cut you off, but I want to point out the fact that, okay, one of the instances that VH1 pulled up, because they do that where they put the videos together to
mm,
show like the progression of the friendship, or the beginning of the friendship to the end of the friendship, or whatever you want to call it. One of the videos that always pops up for the Brandy and Malaysia friendship when it comes from VH1 officially is the time that Malaysia, well, LaQuisha, y'all got me calling her by that name. LaQuisha hopped in her what was it, a G Wagon at the time, hopped in
and
a
put
G
up with that.
Wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweats, shoes, hair pulled back, stopped
And
it in
get
the
ranked.
middle. Yeah, stopped it in the middle of the street and popped out talking about where they at, who wants it.
Right.
That's like she jumps into the fights that Brandy has, or she's protective of Brandy.
And
This
Brandy
whole
never asked her to do that.
and she didn't, but the whole situation with their friendship is, we ultimately, even though we could feel like maybe it's because LaQuisha ditched Brandy or whatever it was, we ultimately don't know what truly happened because neither one of them is going to say it. LaQuisha won't even, she's not coming to the reunion for this season. So we will never figure out what happened unless one of them decides, you know what, I'm done, it's over, I'm going to speak my piece and be done with it. We will never know.
But
But
that's the confusion that to me that Malaysia causes, and that's why I hate this because it's like at the end of the day, like you came on, we see her talking all this great stuff. Oh, I miss my friend. This and this. There's no way possible that you expected for Brandon to just fall back in line with you, and that was it. Like, no, there's a gap of friendship missing here.
Well,
Nobody goes back into a friendship like that. Girl, you've been missing for 3 years. I've gone through, like, Malaysia's been going through the same thing she's been going through for the last 10 years we've been watching her. I mean, even when her I think it was her brother who died, Brandy was there. Malaysia has not been through anything differently. Brandy has. And so no, I'm talking about what she said on the show. I don't know what she been on behind the scenes. I'm talking about what she has exposed on the show. Period.
But if we're gonna go there, we have to. We get it. So Brandy's your girl. She my girl too.
No, it's not about her being my girl. The thing is, cancer. No. Wait, but let me finish what I'm saying. Then, cancer is an ongoing thing. Brandy has had a cancer scare literally on this season, so I can't compare Malaysia being a single mother because there's a lot of single mothers on this franchise, and compare that to Brandy's cancer. That doesn't make any sense. Answer me. Hold on, wait. Let me finish. Answer me. If this is her friend, she already knows this because when Drea said, "Oh, it's boring," they outed Drea. Drea was was a non-motherfucking factor.
And was.
Doesn't make sense.
That.
But again, let us know when you finish so we can chime in.
I'm done now. I'm done.
Go ahead, Miss Drea.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, but at the same time, we have to hold both of them accountable because just like you said and Cindy C said, neither one of them have said on camera. My thing is this, at the end of the day, it's making me feel like both of y'all fake because why are y'all spending the whole season going back and forth about who was missing 3 years, who reached out to who, or who didn't reach out to who, and nobody's putting it on the table and saying what's really the problem. If you're not gonna say what really happened, then don't even address it. Either make up and move on, or just leave it alone. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it.
Y'all know what this feels like?
It's an argument.
Really?
But Brandy literally just said that though.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut nobody off, but you know what? Do you know what this feels like with this whole situation where neither one of them wants to tell us exactly what caused the breakdown of a friendship for 3 years, and now y'all circling back because now y'all have been forced back together due to a reality show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That is what it seems like.
I don't know. I'm not saying like this whole thing of what I just said, but I said this makes me feel. I don't know if everybody up here watched Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I don't.
But if you've ever seen the show or heard about it, the whole thing is a family member knows something. They don't want them to tell it, but the family member is about to say it. And
Kiki
Kiki was about to say it. And the husband was egging her on, like the cousin's husband was egging her on. Say it. The whole family telling her not to say it. And it's just like, what is it that he is like? Because he was like, and I'm going to air everybody out. But I want to know, what is the situation? Because they said something about her personal business, which caused the breakdown of the relationship between the two cousins. This is exactly what it feels like because they won't say it over there. Y'all won't say it over here. And if y'all, neither one is going to say it,
but they want to keep arguing about it.
Because
can I tell you why? Can I tell you why I don't feel that way?
You're going to, so go ahead.
The reason why I don't feel that way is because of this. When Brandy addressed it on the first episode, Malaysia said, "I don't know you."
Oops.
All this stuff all the stuff that she's been saying after this, Malaysia could have said this a long time ago. So to me, it's not a Brandy problem. Malaysia, she's like, well, she's in Brandy fashion. Well, I don't know you either. But Malaysia started this, I don't know you. The fact of the matter is that y'all do know each other, but we're in different places in life right now. And that could have been said. Also, what Malaysia said when she was sitting in the house was, I don't put all my hurt off on you. It would have made more sense. But the I don't know you anymore was the thing that put me off because You literally said on they've been playing the clips back. If I'm dying, I wouldn't call you. I would call her. Like,
right, but
it doesn't make sense. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. It doesn't make sense. And then we're watching the show where they're dropping tea saying that Malaysia knew about this girl. Like, to me, the thing is that Malaysia could have came into this season with the storyline, because I think even Jennifer and Evelyn did it, where the storyline was their friendship. No one else got into that besides Tami and I'm gonna call her Sammy, Shawnee, where they were trying to at least trying to figure out if this was like something that they can like make it
But the difference was that they exposed what the issue was.
They're not in
supposed to have said something about Evelyn's daughter.
But hold on, it was no. This is way before that part. So they're not in a group of girls who can do this part. But to me, Brandy and Malaysia were way better friends than Evelyn and Jennifer ever were.
I don't agree. I felt like they were really, really good friends. And we saw Jen in tears for like 2 seasons because she was so hurt about their friendship.
Because Jennifer would not stop talking about Evelyn in the blogs.
I know that, but they were still missing each other. So I don't feel like either one of them did each other right either. But I feel like they were just as close.
Yeah, I thought they were just as close too. Because remember, Jen used to keep Evelyn's daughter.
When it comes
also, but with Jen, but still, that's why it doesn't make sense why Brandy was pushing for the friendship so hard, because of the thing that you just said, SoDebNair. So it's still not clicking to why she even wanted to try.
It makes sense to me because, first of all, you cannot come to me with no blank ass apology. Period. You're not.
But
I don't want to be. That's why it don't make no sense why she pressed so hard.
If Malaysia came to the table, first of all, with a real apology, instead of saying, I don't know you, we're not friends, I don't know you. That was the fakest shit I've ever seen in my life. You know her. You know her. It's fake.
Listen, but I don't want to be friends with you since for that reason. We don't have to do anything.
But Prosperity, she could have just said that. Now I don't know you. That was fake.
I know she could have said that, but since she didn't say that, Brandy should have been like, "Well, fuck you then."
That's why Brandy is sitting there like, "What do you mean?" But that's why Brandy. That's why she's
like, "I'm still mad because you don't want to be my friend and you acting like you don't know me and you act like you ain't know this and you ain't know that." Brandy was mad because Malaysia would not.
I don't. Listen, let me say.
I don't want to be your friend. You don't want to be my friend. You don't know me. I don't want to be your friend.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if y'all have had friendships like this.
No, I haven't.
Because I'm telling you, I've been in this space before. So this is why it bothers the shit out of me.
We know that it's very personal to you, and I get that. But so, like I said, we can agree to disagree. We just have our opinion.
I don't think that it's a agree to disagree. I think it's a learning moment for a lot of people. Like
but you're trying
to want to learn that from
please can I finish what I'm saying, please? I think if you're in a friendship like this, don't take this route. It's not healthy. Because if you have a friend who is willing to come back and say, "Yo, like, I don't understand this," or "This doesn't make sense to me," or whatever it is, just say, "I don't like you no more," and let it go. Malaysia never said it. Malaysia came back. It was shady. It's like, I don't know you. How the hell don't you know? She literally sat on the damn TV screen and said, "When I divorced my husband, I called you first. How do I not know you?" That doesn't make any sense.
Then she should
have said that. Like, I don't know you, like I ain't never met you before, SoDebNair. Because you gotta also think Brandy also said in this episode, I don't know LaQuisha. I mean, I don't know Malaysia.
I know LaQuisha because she knows the real person, not this TV personality.
Right, but you have to also understand that when Malaysia said, "I don't know you," she wasn't saying like, "I ain't never met you before." She was also saying you gotta also.
But it's embarrassing, Drea. Miss Ray, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Period.
But you have to also acknowledge that maybe Brandy did something that LaQuisha. Oh Lord, I'm a mix.
Then say that. then say that.
Yeah, but neither one of
You
them
We
so
don't know
are
honest.
what
saying
was
it.
said
Oh,
But
from what they
neither
got
one of
home.
them are
you
saying
can
it
throw
though.
tables at Jennifer, but you can't say this to me.
But neither one of them
But
is
it's
saying
also
it.
Right. Neither
premeditated.
one of them is saying it.
No,
Exactly. We don't know what was actually
listen,
said.
that's not true. Because y'all
How
are
we
mad at
know?
Brandy. Y'all mad at Brandy for saying that. Listen, I don't trust you,
No,
and that's real.
no.
He
We're not
flip
mad at
flops.
Brandy. What
That's
we're
real.
trying
No,
to
no, no.
no, what
We
we're
No,
not
trying to
we
figure
not
out
mad at we
so
just
that
want her to not
listen. Listen. Hear what I'm saying.
argue.
I'm not talking about before this conversation. I'm saying after that. People are mad at her for saying that. Oh well, I don't trust her. She flip flops. We have watched Malaysia flip flop from season 1 to flip to whatever episode to whatever season this is. Malaysia the flip flops off. Period. She has.
And
So I don't blame
But
Brandy
we're
for
not mad at that.
huh?
We're not mad. We just don't
we're
want.
we're
We
not
just
I'm
mad.
not.
want
I'm not.
Brandy
I'm
to
not saying.
realize that that's
I'm
not
not
your good
specifically
friends.
saying
They
y'all.
don't want to be friends. Just let the friendship go. That's what we're saying. I don't
I'm
want
not
to be friends
specifically
with
saying
someone that's
y'all.
like that.
Listen, I'm not specifically saying y'all. What I'm saying is this: when it comes down to this friendship, it means to me. I don't care what nobody says. It means a lot. The same way that it means for Brandy, it means for Malaysia. The only difference is because we watch Malaysia say like every scene, she's happy to have her friend back. Brandy is in a space where like, bitch, I don't even know if I trust you, and those are valid feelings because you have flip flopped on me, you flip flopped on Drea, you flip flopped on Jackie, you flip flopped on anybody that I've seen you around. We don't even know behind the scenes who she flipped up on outside of that. Malaysia is known to be flip floppy.
And
But we
I
also saw
and
her
on
in
these two
every.
episodes, Brandy was looking flip floppy too.
No, she
Thank you.
wasn't. She was being honest and saying, yes, we no,
It was the way
the
she
only thing
said
that
it.
she said was, I don't trust her, but it's baby steps. That's honest.
No, she looked like a flip flopper. I'm sorry, so Deb. I
Wanted
know
her
you can't
friend
see it.
back just to say, but she wanted her friend back just to say, I don't
She
trust
still
you.
wants her
We
friend
don't.
back, but it is baby
But
steps.
why? But what is
so
the
that
reason that she wants her friend back? Because it doesn't seem like it's a good relationship to go back to.
Yep.
It's like a
so
toxic relationship with boyfriend and girlfriend. It's toxic. It needs to be done with.
so there
Okay.
what hold on. What it
I don't think y'all.
basically
I don't think
what it
y'all understand.
no. Hold on, so Dale. Hold on. What we're kind of arguing about, well, going back and forth about two different things because at the bottom line, what it basically what you're thinking we're feeling a certain type of way about Brandy, but it's not that. Right
It's
now,
not
it's
even, I'm not
equivalent
even talking
to.
about Brandy at
Well,
this point.
hold on,
I'm not
because
talking about
it's
Brandy.
like you saying Brandy got a plain white T-shirt. Malaysia brought a plain white T-shirt, and you saying Malaysia's T-shirt is
No,
ugly when it's the exact same T-shirt. Right
I'm
now, that's what we're getting at. That's what it's like. We're not saying that Brandy is completely wrong, but we're pointing out that you're making it seem like Malaysia is completely wrong, and Malaysia is not. Even though everybody's not Team Malaysia, I'm not the best Team Malaysia. I like Brandy more than I like Malaysia, but at the same time, you have to hear both sides, and you every right to your opinion, but you have to also acknowledge that Brandy is not completely innocent in all of this.
I'm not saying that though. That's the thing.
Okay.
What I'm saying is this. I understand where Brandy is coming from when it comes back to a friend who I've had and I talk to every day. Then you ghosted me for 3 years, and then you're apologizing to me, and you're going to be like, go back to the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
But you
It
can't
doesn't.
say she ghosted her.
Hold on,
You
real
don't
quick.
know
Let
what
me finish what I'm saying. I'm not about to be in that. Me and my best friend are in the same space right now, so I understand that to the T. I'm not about to be like, oh, well, this is my best friend, and things go back to what happened 3 years ago. It don't work like that. So it makes sense
I
to me
agree with it.
because if I felt like, and Malaysia could have had the same mentality, and I would have understood Malaysia saying the same thing. But when Brandy is saying it, it makes sense to me because I get that you apologize, but I can't go back into the old way automatically. Like it don't work that way.
But you're putting this in your situation. We don't know what happened. We don't know who's at fault. We don't know why it broke
She
down.
said it. She said it out of her mouth. So it's
Said
not
what?
me.
What'd she say? Because
You
we
have
don't know.
said,
Said
she
what?
said that I'm taking baby steps. I don't really know. Like she doesn't really understand why this is happening. She knows that Malaysia has flip flopped. She's gone through the history of Malaysia flip flopping. But if it happens, then it happens. If it don't, it don't. She said this.
So
But what
that
I'm saying
you
is
can't
we
be that
don't know what
naive,
broke their friendship up. What I am
right?
saying is you cannot say that this is the same situation that you're going through because we don't know what broke them up. We don't know
We
who
can't.
voted who. We don't know who ghosted who. We don't know none of that. So you
Yeah, we
cannot
can't.
put this exactly in your situation because we're not there. They're
Yeah,
not there.
we can't be that naive to think that these people just as close as they were that they just stopped talking for 3 years
Right.
behind that little incident. Well, like we can't be that naive.
I
And there's no way even on social media, neither one of them is blatantly came out and said. So it's got to be a secret. You know how you have two friends that might be
Mm-hmm.
besties that know all each other's secrets, but you have some people that are real actually friends that no matter how big of a fallout we are, they're not going to expose no real dirt.
Right.
So it may be some real dirt
And that's the
that either
situation.
one or both of them has done that they're choosing not to say on camera, so they're trying to make it about something else. But my thing is this: if you can't just really say it, because everybody who watch Basketball Wives is not dumb, so there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us out here that knows that it's something that's going on. But if you're not able to say what's going on, which you shouldn't, if that's your real friend, then it don't need to be the biggest part of y'all storyline.
But
Thank
a
you.
lot of people that are commenting on this do not know the history of this friendship. That's what I'm saying.
None
And
of us
But
from
really
none of
know.
us do
oh,
though.
look,
None
So
of
let
us
me,
really
none of
know.
us do.
listen,
We can
please,
watch the show every episode
Y'all
and still
cannot.
don't know.
please hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. A lot of people don't understand the history of this friendship. What I'm saying is this. I'm not saying that Malaysia is wrong. What I'm saying is that if Brandy feels this way, because this is what I don't see nothing about Malaysia and what she's doing. They're like, oh, Malaysia's trying to make it up. That's all people are saying. They're saying that Brandy's wrong because she should have just said it to her. To me, everybody does. If she wants to make peace with her, that's okay, but it doesn't have to be an instant thing. What it is that it is baby steps for her, and she said that. So let
I
her
don't think
take
I don't think
so
she
let
wants
her
to
take
though.
the baby steps and say that. Malaysia has never asked her, are we instant friends? Even Malaysia is saying, I want my friend back. She's never said that they're back to normal. So I think the wording is what's confusing a lot of people on this show that's watching it, is because y'all like, well, Malaysia's cool with it. No, she's still saying that they're working on it. This Brandy's just working a different way.
Yeah.
But in reality, neither one of them are like instant friends again. And it looks bad because everybody keeps on going, well, Brandy's going on and she's saying, well, I don't trust her. She has every right not to trust Malaysia as a friend. She's proven not that to not be that. But if she wants her friend back, she has every right to let her prove that she wants to be a friend again. And to
I
me, that's okay.
Okay, and that's fair. I feel like we're just going to keep going back and forth, and we've been on for quite a while.
Almost
So
3 hours.
yeah, and
And we
so
still
I
ain't talked
and
about the rest of the episode.
right,
No,
and I'm
we
and
finished the episode. We finished the episode.
and I agree actually with the statement that Miss Regis said. I agree. I feel like maybe if they weren't on the show, which is why I'm like, why would you want to be on a show with someone if whatever. I feel like you should have got your closure 3 years
Oh,
prior. However, I feel like if they weren't on the show, would they be talking? That's a really good point. But
No.
we
Good
can't
play.
keep going back and forth for sure. I mean, it's just we see it one way, you see it a different way. That's it.
I'm
and
I'm
And
can
y'all
I say
expecting
already
why I
know
think
what's coming
Malaysia
in.
not coming
Y'all know
to the
what's gonna come in
reunion?
with my girl.
I'm a, I I know why she kind of isn't coming to the reunion. And then I'm just giving my thoughts on the whole what happened at the event. The reason why she's not coming to the reunion is because there is more that is going to happen this season
Mm-hmm.
that ultimately is going to get her called to the
Everybody.
carpet, and that's not what she's trying to do at this point. And also, she has a fake ass storyline. Don't want to cuss on your platform, but that is the case. Like, we all know that I was raised by a single mother. So even though I don't have kids, I understand that. But we all know, as in the public know, and if you didn't know, now you know that this whole storyline of, he's not paying the child support and this and that, it's fake because that
We
man
know
has
that.
those children
Most of the time.
Most of the time out of the year, and when he doesn't have them, it's because he's working. But he, like the people have said who are close to LaQuisha and they're in her inner circle.
That's why it's fake.
The people who have said in her inner circle that, he has those children 95% of the time. So all of this is going to get her called to the carpet, and that's one of the reasons why she didn't show up to the reunion. When it comes to the bringing the girl to the event and that whole situation, how that played out, and the girl just basically getting on social media and confirming that it was what everybody thought it was, and basically said, most of them, when they called her to the carpet there, they weren't wrong, is because she already knew. The girl had already told her at the bowling alley. She already knew. And then adding on production had them redo it right then and there. When it came to the Angel situation, it's not because, she still want that man or it's anything like that. It's the fact that it's just like, why? Why are y'all doing this? Production-wise, LaQuisha-wise, why? Y'all know this lady is 7 months pregnant. She has a high-risk pregnancy. First of all, going off her age, because when you get into your 30s or older, they consider that, even though I hate this word, a geriatric pregnancy. On top of that, she has a chance of developing cancer. So this pregnancy is very high risk, that she's trying to be there for an event for her. I'm not going to say they friends. I'm going to say her cast member, her associate, her co-worker. She has to show up to film to get her money, and she's going to be there. Why did you think it was a good idea to bring this lady to an event that y'all was all going to be at, and then production, and knowing that, she messed with baby daddy, this was something you should say in front of them, knowing that you should have known that they was going to call you to the carpet off that situation. At the end of the day, you knew it, you got called out on it, and if that lady wouldn't have got on, Ashley is her name, if she wouldn't have got on Instagram and said what it was and confirmed that she already knew before they got there, and this was just a reshoot, everybody would have been on British and Brooke and whoever came for LaQuisha at that moment, because it's just like, y'all just coming at her for no reason, y'all being negative Nancy's, y'all doing this, y'all doing that, but it's just like, but she's done this before.
But this is her been a storyline for so many years. That's my thing.
But
like
yes.
we're sitting here arguing about her having the storyline, and she doesn't even have those kids all the time. So this single mother storyline is so fake, and it's like, to me, like, this is a real storyline. This friendship could have worked for her.
Baby, but this one we're gonna move on from their friendship.
Listen, before Brandy even came back, no one really liked Brandy. I've always been a Brandy advocate. I'm gonna be a Brandy advocate when she leaves and where she go. Period. People didn't like her. I like Brandy. And the thing is this: Malaysia been sitting here lying to us for years for no reason, and y'all loved it.
No, we don't like her either. I haven't liked Malaysia for how long?
And it's about a show. It's still a show. Even one of the Kardashian girls said, like,
she doesn't care about them.
Reality. Let me finish. Reality TV is still not reality. They do have reshoots. They do that, and all reality shows do it. So whether she is or isn't, she started that franchise. She's trying to keep her check, and that's
who started the franchise.
Malaysia was one of the
Malaysia was in the first one.
Malaysia was the lowest person on the totem pole.
She was still there, and she's still here.
Wait a minute, she didn't start that. The Go Van girl started that franchise. I know that's who started it.
But she was on it. She was a part of it.
She was a part of the first cast. Okay.
Jackie and Malaysia struggled to be main people on that franchise the first season.
They are now.
But they were there though.
Right. Listen, I get what y'all are saying, but the facts are this: Drea, Jackie, and Malaysia struggled that first season until Malaysia beat up that Go Van girl.
They did. And I'm not negating.
Then it changed for them. Then Malaysia kept changing. She changed to Bambi, and then she brought on Brandy. Brandy was the person with the friendship who elevated Malaysia's storyline. Period.
Are you sure you liked Malaysia at one point in time?
No, I do like Malaysia, but I'm realistic about Malaysia's storyline on this show because they did not like Malaysia or Drea or Jackie season 1.
But everything turned into Brandy and Malaysia. It's just not a Brandy and Malaysia thing. Nobody really likes Malaysia either.
So when Brandy came on season 2, was Malaysia a fan favorite?
She's still not. That's what we're trying to tell you. She's still not a fan favorite.
Okay, Malaysia was a fan favorite when Brandy came on because that duo was like the Jennifer and Evelyn duo. That's
she
what
was probably your fan favorite, SoDeb.
Thank you.
Look at the ratings. Go back and look at the ratings of the show. I know this. Y'all, listen, I studied the show.
I have to
look at the ratings of the show. When Brandy and Malaysia became best friends on that show, the ratings went up because they were going against Jackie. And then Jackie became friends with them. That's when that show really picked up.
And Jackie's the top dog.
And I have to confirm, even though it's just like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm indifferent to the both of them. I actually have to confirm that once LaQuisha, and I like to call her the Amazon. She's beautiful, but she's tall, and I'm short, okay? I'm only 5'3". That lady got height on me. The moment they became besties for resties, and they was, flicking these hoes off like it was nobody's business, and, it eating people out the door, the people really ate that up because it was giving very much Jennifer and Evelyn. Now, the ratings did go up. And then at some point, the ratings kind of dipped. But the dip happened when Miami got canceled and the Miami got canceled and the Miami girls started to come in. The ratings started to dip, and then you saw people leave. So that season, when some of the Miami people were popping
their ratings only went down because they were part of that franchise.
No, so that was because that's when Love and Hip Hop started. You guys
no.
Like it was no other reality TV.
No, Love and Hip Hop.
BasketballWives franchise went down because of Tami and Evelyn. Okay. Shawnee sat there with that pastor on that show and talked about it. She even went on blogs after this because I was working in magazines at the time, so I know this for a fact. It went down at the time because of Tami and Evelyn. They came back the second season, but then they were dealing with the Evelyn and Chat situation. Mm-hmm. So they canceled the whole thing. They had a season without them, and then they brought Tami and Shawnee over to that season. Tami was never needed for that franchise. They destroyed it.
Okay.
But because people wanted to see them again, and because Evelyn had went on to OWN Network, and Shawnee went on saying that they were changing. They brought Shawnee first to test it out. They brought on Evelyn and they brought on Tami in the middle of the season to see how that would work, and the ratings went back up. And that's why that worked out. It wasn't because they needed them. It was because they destroyed the whole franchise. Tami and Evelyn did.
Okay. Well,
go back and look at it. You can look at it.
I was just gonna say, let me just say I'm gonna jump off. I'm not gonna look at it until we look at it together, and we'll review it together. But thank you guys for coming up. Thank you guys. And so Deb, love you, and I'll see you. I'll talk to you next week. Yeah.
I'm about to go to y'all too.
You do know that they on YouTube they have videos where they just show Malaysia. If you wanted to see that part, Malaysia and Brandy's friendship.
Yeah, they have VH.
And before you go, Cindy, listen, y'all. I just get passionate. You know that.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not. I really, when it comes to this conversation, I do get passionate. But absolutely, I wanted to be respectful, and I hope that I wasn't disrespectful to anybody.
I think you were just passionate, and you said your point. I know your point, but you said it. And it's your show and it's your channel, so I'm just here for the fun and the mess of it. I'm not, and again, like I said, I'm an old lady, so I'll have to go back and watch it, and we'll watch it together, and it'll be fun. But I just feel like, once again, I want to be fair to everyone and keep a balance of what we're discussing, and I really wasn't sure if it felt that way, but I hope it was entertaining to everybody. And I just
and you know what, And you know
Are
what?
you
And
on
what we should
IG?
do though, Cindy, is maybe go back and look at the news articles around these times too.
No, I feel like I
That's a
lived
lot.
through it, right? So I lived it. So my ultimate long lasting conclusion is I know it's just a show. I don't
Right.
really care about so much of the details of it. I really have watched it because it's like my guilty pleasure of messy
Yeah, me too.
entertainment. So I mean I don't want to get too deep in it, and that's why I don't take it personal. Like some people, it is what it is.
Because I feel like I'm taking it personal, right?
I know,
Ooh,
but that's
baby,
only
you about to
because,
shoot
but
an
that's
Child,
arrow
only
that is
out
your
our
because
life.
brain.
You have
Well, that's
lived
only
it.
because
But
that
I will say this, and this is not to take away from anything. I do feel like Brandy just gets a bad rap all the time because I'm like when she was off the show, people was like, "Well, why do you want her back?" And so I feel like I hate the underdog. I hate people that hate the underdog, and I'm not saying that y'all hate Brandy as the
right.
underdog, but I've just heard it so much, and I've like to me, I'm like I do windmill a little bit harder for her, and that's my
Yeah.
fault.
Mm.
That's
You
And
my
don't
and
fault.
I
just
and I
windmill,
do
baby.
I
Yeah,
do
You
feel
do the
like I
whole
do feel
first
like she
wheel.
was an underdog, but again, and I normally root for the underdog, but again, personality wise and characters wise, it's just like a movie or
Exactly.
a television show.
Mhm.
You like certain characters more than you like others, and I
Mm-hmm.
just haven't really liked her like
Like
that. But
Brandy.
Right.
I
but I'm
think
totally happy that you do. You know,
Right. And I
I
think
think when
I'm
it
trying to make y'all like her, and I shouldn't do
right?
that.
I
Yeah,
think
right.
Yes, you
I
are.
think when
You
it
I'm trying
comes
to
are, but
make
it
sure
ain't
I'm like
working.
y'all gonna like her today.
It
yeah,
ain't working. Try
I
with
think
Evelyn next time.
That's
I
my
Try with
think
point.
Evelyn.
when it comes to Brandy, the whole situation with, I'm not saying the people who are up here, but just like the public not really liking her or
Hmm.
like, well, why is she coming back to the show? It really boils down to even though we got to see just a little bit of Brandy on the show, most of what Brandy did on the show was with LaQuisha. Now the difference between the two of them, and it's why it's just like, because it's rumored that LaQuisha, she's not coming back for the next season. And I say good riddance to bad rubbish, but
She'll be
I'm gonna
back.
leave that
Yeah.
alone.
She need that
She
shit.
she gonna
She'll be
be
back.
like we all know she gonna be back. So there's no point in putting that rumor out that you're not coming back. You gonna come back. You need that check. I know you need that check. Is because you got to see LaQuisha before she clicked up with Brandy. Like you got to see her by herself. Now,
Well, let me say this real quick. Oh, go ahead. I'll wait till you finish. I'm sorry.
now,
Well, let me before that you do that. I do want to apologize because I get extremely passionate about this
mhm.
show.
We
It's one
know.
of my it's since I've learned about this show, I've been extremely passionate about it.
Hmm.
And because we're not talking about Evelyn, because if it was Evelyn, it would have been Evelyn instead of Brandy.
Child, if
Right.
it was
I am
Evelyn, I would.
listen. I'm extremely passionate about the people that I like, and especially when I feel like people don't like them for no reason.
So well,
But
but
Yeah,
I
let
but
me
I have
no.
my
apologize.
reasons.
So
No,
It's
no, I
not
have
no
my
reason. We
reasons
have
why.
our reason. She's
But
a
again,
bitch.
I totally
They're
get
not
it.
reasons
I
that
feel
make
like if
sense
you're
to him.
I feel like if you're passionate, you're passionate, and I get passionate about things I love. Like I am passionate about Evelyn. A lot of people don't like her, but I feel
I
passionate
don't.
about that. I like her, and I've liked her from the beginning, because she's really honest, and so we just like who we like. But again,
right,
I don't feel like maybe what we should think about doing too is like when we do the reviews that we'll just let's stay in this season until we start to do the look backs. I feel
right,
like
true, true,
when
true,
we
true.
yeah when we let people on and we start talking about the show as a whole, you're going back from all it takes you back to the very first beginning of
But
everything, and it's kind of like
Yeah,
I
because
just
half us don't even
'Cause I'm like,
remember
did
we
you
ate
know that
what
Brandy did
yesterday.
this back in
right.
1999?
he be quoting facts. Jesus,
oh
he be going to
But
shit
I
we don't
want
even
to.
know about her.
I
But
Right.
y'all,
want to say this,
but
but I don't.
but but to be honest, y'all, you have to realize I've been waiting for Brandy to come back for so many years.
Hmm.
So this was a lot for me. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed her being back. So
And you said that.
I was
You
ready
said
to
that.
fight hand and toe. I was ready to do everything for Brandy this season. So but I do get what you're saying, Cindy. So next time, because we have like 3 more reviews, let's just stick to these episodes.
hmm
Yeah.
Yes,
See,
but
And
I
I
and
don't
don't
want
want
to.
and
I don't.
Evelyn to
But I
come
don't.
back because we're going to be on opposite sides. So I don't
Yeah,
want her to come back.
yeah.
Okay,
Evelyn,
enough about Brandy. Please, please, please.
yeah.
But
And I
I
want
will
to
say
I've
this
been
real
waiting to
quick
fight for
though.
Brandy for a long time,
when
y'all.
you said
So
that,
Well,
what
I
I was
don't
that's
gonna
think
why y'all
say.
been
anybody
getting it. That's
started
why y'all
out
been getting it.
Yeah.
in
What I
in
was gonna
in
say
in
was
in
when
defense of. in defense of Malaysia, what I don't think that anybody has pointed out, and if they did, maybe I missed it. I do kind of feel like Malaysia may have been set up because if you really think about it, when they was at the bowling alley, okay, um, Malaysia introduced that girl to her kids, so that's first indicator that they really don't know each other like that. She introduced her. She named each one of her kids to Ashley.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the first thing, and it's kind of like how they do on Roll. They bring the person in like they're their friends, but they really just meeting. So I think that's how this was set up. Then, okay, so the girl told her that she talked to Ashley. Producers already knew that girl messed with Angel
Right.
baby
That's
daddy.
why she was
So
on the
Malaysia
show.
probably didn't know that. So then when they get to Jennifer's event, okay, they probably brought it on at the last minute and told her, hey, y'all redo this scene. And so when Ashley said Malaysia, when Ashley told Malaysia about the baby daddy thing, Malaysia probably was caught off guard because you see how she was like, okay, yeah. So yeah, she probably already knew. But of course you
You didn't
think
say that.
since producers
Mhm.
were gonna set
Yeah.
Malaysia up, you think they gonna show her saying, well, you already told me that. So maybe
Right.
Malaysia did say, well, you already told me that. So then now once they
Or
get
do
to
you want to bring
the
it up?
club and you got Duffy and Brandy, oh, how you been knowing her for a while? And Malaysia said, I've been knowing for a little bit. She didn't give a time frame. So I feel like Malaysia probably was set up. She's not my favorite person,
That's
but
when I
I
knew
do
she was
feel like she
lying.
was set up. And I
I
think we
just
can
That's when I knew she was lying.
That's
okay,
right, Dre. And she
but at the
probably
same
didn't know she was
time,
gonna bring it up at that party either, Dre. I'm with you.
but
no.
that's what I'm saying. It's like they brought her in as if
Remember
they
how
were already
remember how they
friends, and
brought
they weren't.
but remember how they ran Megan down when she said that she only knew Jackie for a little bit?
I just
Ain't
want to
no
No,
point
different.
this.
That's
Ain't
like
no
playing
different.
Orion.
I want
that's
to
what
point
I'm
this out.
saying.
I
They
want to point
brought
this
her
out.
into the. Go ahead.
I want to point this out. The girl got on social media. I got the screenshot, but she got on social media. It's a blog called Reality Chat, and they have the whole
Oh yeah,
thing.
we already discussed
Yeah,
that. The
We
Ashley
know
girl
that.
said
but when
that
it
Yeah,
too.
we
comes
talked
down to
about
the whole situation,
We know.
production knew and made them redo that scene right then and there. So while
But you
it may
said
have been
Duffy did?
no, I
Production.
said production.
No.
Production knew about it, even
Mhm.
though the girl confirmed that. Yeah, I told her at the bowling alley. Production knew, had them go back and do that scene right then and there. Of I used to mess with the baby daddy Tariq, Angel's baby daddy, and it was just like then they did the flashback of the same thing happened with Bonnie Jill, but the
Mhm.
whole situation
Not
is
Bonnie. It's not my Jill. It was what's her name?
January, whatever her name is.
January.
Okay, January. The whole situation with
Bonnie Jill was
January.
wholesome.
Okay, Bonnie, not Bonnie Jill, January.
January.
Same thing happened with her. It was one of the girls already knew. Production probably made y'all do this all over again in the presence of the person that y'all wanted to make tick, which then you have to blame production on this situation because y'all know she's pregnant and she's high risk. Stop with the BS. But I just want to say this is a season of karma. Even if the people don't like OG, a lot of people are getting the kind of like the treatment from production and the ladies that OG got. And you see that with the sisters. Don't care about them. They can kick rocks with no socks and shoes on in a hot ass desert with cacti all around.
Who else?
LaQuisha is getting the karma because it's just like, well, everything you do, everything she says and she does, she's getting called out on camera and then in public from the people within her inner circle who are telling the rest of us that, she lied about this or she lied about that. Or the girl trying to, save face for her, but then just confirming with what they were going off about at her when it came to this event. Jackie
And we
gonna
got
get a little bit of it too when it comes to whatever her and Brooke gonna duke it out about. And then the rest of the people who are not on the show anymore, if it hasn't happened already, it's gonna come.
If they getting karma
and
from
we
OG,
got
it's sad.
and we got
But
to put
so
some
so
of it on
Jackie,
Angel too, because
yeah.
Angel's
She don't
reaction
understand.
when that girl came over there, Angel could have easily said, "Oh yeah, we met before," and she
Mm-hmm.
could have left it at that.
And
She was
share
giving them
Yep.
shady side eye answers.
Malaysia could have sent
Yeah,
that
I
girl up
know,
out of that party.
But
huh?
SoDeb,
production could have
let's
got
Malaysia
the
let's
could
She
girl
have
up
sent
out
her
tried
the
up
to
that
party.
party.
leave.
SoDeb.
Malaysia tried to leave 3 or 4 times and they wouldn't let her leave.
No, talking about the
No.
girl.
Before
Talking about
that, before she
Ashley.
went over there, Malaysia could have sent that girl. She already knew how Angel was because of Jackie prior to that. She could have took that girl up out of that party, or she could have just stood by them, and they could have been like, Malaysia being funny tonight, and then she could have told them later on why she was being funny. There were so many options that Malaysia had. But
I think all them hoes knew. We can't just blame it on Malaysia.
But let's agree to disagree.
Everything is Malaysia's fault. That's just like on Married to Medicine. Everything male fault. Everything is Malaysia's fault.
No, I'm not saying everything is her fault.
No, the only reason that I'm saying that about Malaysia for this actual situation is because we've actually already seen this. So she had an opportunity to not be this Angel, because she knows Angel's on the show. Angel's fragile. We all know Angel's fragile. The other thing was not bring Angel back, because honestly, I'm sick of Angel.
Why? I'm tired of knowing that this girl know you, just like Dre said. Why would you sit there knowing that you knew this girl? You put yourself in a high risk situation as well.
Angel really put that girl to the side and said, "Listen, I already know." Or the girl could have put Angel to the side. Listen, I already know. There was so many options.
But guys, hold on. So Dad, let's just let it unfold and let's wrap this episode up. Let's.
Okay.
We're beating a dead horse at this point. Like
we are.
Yeah. At this point, I'm tired of them.
You know, I want stuff.
Well, that's I'm your
stage at the Do It This concert.
Well, listen, guys, I do. We got to get out of here, y'all. So I love you guys for joining the panel with us. I'm gonna say you can end it.
Yep.
Do you want us to drop down so you can close out? It's so there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Night, sweetie.
All right. Thank you guys for joining me and Cindy for another. This was a hot one.
It was very spirited.
It was spicy. You know, I think that, because we're so invested, and maybe I'm more invested in Brandy than anybody else. It got spicy this week. Okay. But I do thank you guys for joining us, and please make sure we have 3 more episodes before the break. And then we're going to take a deep dive back into the old episodes after the 3rd episode. So please join us every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. We did do it late this week because of my fault. But please join us. And Cindy, do you have anything else to say?
No, I just want to remind everyone to hit the like button. You can hit it now. And if you're watching the replay, hit the like button. We really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. And bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.